Think in Team. Think in time. Think in time. Thinking in time. Time to be thinking. How you doing, Think? How you doing, Think? Yeah, to explain, one exposed hand. I have to constantly put it against the heater, and it's very cold in here. It's like getting 35 degrees in here. It's like a cooler or a refrigerator. So, yeah, just remember, I do stuff for people, and it's only you guys. It's all you guys. Spin it over and don't ask me stuff. I got a knife. That's what I was carrying today. A little shark knife. I've got a 15-second review of a crappy tool coming soon. I've only used it once, but it's gonna happen. I am drinking. Got some Coca-Cola. I got some of this. Had to shovel a bunch of snow earlier. Well, I wish I even had snow to shovel. Like, dude, I didn't even have snow to shovel, okay? I've just got, like, a thick layer of ice. And everything looks all white and snowy, but it's not white and snowy. It's just ice. Like, everything, every little bit of it is ice. And we had, like, water earlier. Well, I put out a video today trying to explain it. It's like, it looks like snow, but it's not snow. It's just fucking ice. It's very cold. I am wearing a glove right now for that very reason. It is very cold. Although I gotta say, the vodka has been like refrigerating. Yeah, hard to clean, so dangerous. Yeah, it's like you gotta do either salt or you gotta like just wait for it to dry up and melt out. But 21 people, cheers to the 21 people out here. I appreciate you stopping by and checking me out. I do tool reviews, I do toy models, I do like drinking on the live streams. Cheers. There's no friggin' no world where I'm driving anywhere right now. Because I've had to drive home in this. Nah. No way. I gotta tell you. It was like a few years back. I was driving like a Lincoln Town Car. Or no, a Lincoln Mark 7. Had like a 305 high output engine in it. And I remember I spun out. I got stuck in a field. And the only way I got out of that field was just like power through. Boom, 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 boom. Like snow skiing. Fun stuff, people. Fun stuff. But yeah, dude, this ice that we always get here is not only dangerous, it's kind of messed up, right? Like, it looks nice. Everyone's like, oh, hey, this is awesome. Some nice, like, snow. It's not snow, you know? Hey, what's up, Googs? Rob. How you doing, Rob? How's your leg? How's your leg? Literally no topics or anything planned, just smoking, drinking, and hanging. So, if you ask me stuff, I will answer it. That is always a very fun thing. It is like 30-something degrees here. It's like 38 degrees in this garage. Which is like 100% why like you'd see me wearing gloves, and you'll see me wearing gloves, and you'll also see me wearing like yeah, it's cold as crap. Like the beanie cap. It's from a video, 15-second reviews. Like the video says, JT, me. Everybody loves a little bit more JT. But I just completed my third one. I'm probably done with Transformers. If I get another one of these, or maybe a Marvel character, I don't know. I've seen some that I want. Maybe do like Megatron, Starscream, and some other random character. I don't know. Hell of an ice storm last night. It's supposed to be another one here, and yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. It's got to be cold where you're at. I mean, like, okay, so, and you guys never see that kind of cold down there. This is my point. We see this every like 7 or 8 years, 9 years, sometimes like 2 years in a row. It's not like a big deal. Like I remember everything. Okay, so like I remember like the last time we were in this shit. Like my son was just born. I was working at friggin' Ray's Pizza. Yeah. So it's just like some people went out and worked today, and I feel for every single one of those people. Well, Googs, that's the point, right? It's like you're like, man, this ain't shit, bro. I'm from the north. By the way, that's a northern accent. I don't know if you've been to the north. It's 420, baby. Always 420. Right here. Yeah, that's king. Well, okay, like, so Ice Storm in 2002. Yeah, yeah. Shit, I must have been 32. Yeah, it was probably the last time. Yeah. I always lose a couple of people because I smoke. um, Pretty sure that's the year. Yeah, that's the year. Like, we got the call that it was gonna get bad, and I was like, dude, it looks like it's starting to get bad, right? So I'm just gonna go, and you live right down the road from here. So if you're drunk or whatever, take your time, get here. Well, Rob, so I was 16 when Hurricane Fran came through, and all we did is like chop down trees, make coffee, bacon, and eggs for everybody. We were the only one with anything working in the whole neighborhood, right? We had a gas grill, we had a griddle, we had like a friggin' Coleman grill. So we were making coffee. We had a percolator. We had everything. I think that was the year Dad bought or no, that was the year Eric, my brother. He bought a generator, and that lasted us for years. We got here come. We got to replace the freaking carburetor on that generator that we bought a few years back. So my generator's not working. My fingers are crossed. You always see the squirrel, JT. I also I'm pretty sure I lost JT, the little figurine behind here. But I got to clean up here when it all unsnows and unices. So, and it's weird how okay, here you go, Rob. When people say the ice storm of 2026, right? That's gonna mean two kind of fucking different things, right? It's like, I mean, I hate to make haste and laugh at what's happening, but the other ice storm happening, crazy shit, y'all. Fucking, just like to wake up and not hear about someone being murdered. Also, would not like to see a bunch of videos about it again either. I remember a time in my life when, all of the murder I saw in my life was simulated. And no, Rob, you're the first one to put a comment on the new one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Chainsaw is a bright boy, right? He might be a maniac. We're not, but he has an outlet for that mania, okay? So he's harmless for the most part. All he wants to do is get up with, Italian girl and hang out with his, David Spade looking buddy. But by the way, a great 80s movie, movies are of their time. So if they can kind of capture the moment, then they become timeless. It really does make a lot of sense if you think about it like that. But if they're trying to capture another era, just not the same. I mean, it's good. It's just not the same. Yeah, that was insane, dude. Everything's going insane right now. It's okay though. Like, the reality is like, you know, I'm fairly apolitical, and even I'm fucking getting to the point where I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like, I don't like to be political, right? So, well, okay, that's the thing, Rob. I think 60s, 70s, and 80s were the best because, like, if you go back and watch it now, and I'm not saying the best to live in, I'm saying the best to watch from this point because you can't go back, right? But like, I did a 15-sec movie rec times 5 on every watch them because they're good. And someone's like, yeah, only old heads know about this. I was like, nah, man, dude, like so many kids know about this shit. And they're like, here's the thing. My kid watched it and he was like, although a lot of the depictions of Peter Sellers in this movie are very, let's call it outdated, it's still funny. And I said, yeah, because it's the essence, it's the core of comedy. Stupidity. Stupidity is the core of comedy until it runs your life. And then when stupidity moves in and tells you what to do, then you start questioning exactly what the fuck your life is doing. It's like when you have a bad boss, right? So I remember I had this boss, and we'd show up, and he'd be nice, fine, right? And then like the big push would hit, right? We'd get a rush, right? And like halfway through the rush, he's just like screaming, like, "Motherfuckers, I fucking hate y'all. All of y'all are fucking useless. I could do all your jobs without you," right? And then all of a sudden, he'd like walk to the bathroom, come back fucking like 6 minutes later, and be like, "Man, I'm sorry, blah blah, blew up, blah blah blah, yakety yak." And uh, we all knew at that point. We called one of us called corporate, and one was like, "Yeah, we think our boss is on drugs, right? Like, who do we talk to about that? Because like he's a nightmare." So okay, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Okay, but I just literally put out a Rob Thomas video, dude. Early 2000s got some good music. Matchbox 20 wasn't bad, even though people hated on me for liking that band when it came out. I was like, why are you gonna hate on me? I like a pop band. What the hell? Like, you know what pop music is? It's the most accessible music in the entire world. So like, let's say even if Coldplay stole someone else's song, you know what I'm saying? To have one of their biggest hits of all time doesn't make very much difference as long as Coldplay eventually pays that guy, which they eventually did. Cheers. I was in 4th grade when the storm, October. We stuck in the house for a week without power. Yep. Cheers. I wish I could have foreseen the need for people to talk about the worst storms of their life. I go to what I call this storm stories. me. All right. So, yeah, I remember the year we moved here, there was like, I think 16 inches of snow on the ground. So, well, Rob, you clearly have missed the boat on that because everything to you is about money, guns, and, or no, not money, sorry, knives, guns, and flashlights. That's literally, dude, I don't know if you're getting money or power from guns, knives, and flashlights, but I'm telling you right now, it's probably not the entire way. It might be the back way in. I don't know. By the way, Rob, you deserve every moment of that comment. I'm just telling you. It's like I knew a friend who got shot by a dipshit who didn't realize he was flagging the gun, had the fucking finger in the trigger well. This is my point. If you're gonna do gun shit, just learn how to carry it, right? It's like when I hold mine, I'm like boom, like this, and that. Just know how to fucking just be safe, right? Be a safe person. Be a regular cool person. Don't be like a lunatic. Also, I'm going to tell you guys a secret that I've known my entire life. I have a Rage Against the Machine friggin' tapestry that I've had since I was 16 years old, hanging in my bedroom. It has occasionally been seen in videos here. It's one of those little silk ones you stab up with pins and you never think about. And not that I was like particularly like into one ideology when I was growing up, right? I always liked the idea of like, why can't we pick and choose all of the good things from any of the good stuff that's ever happened from all of the bad fucking governments? It's a good question. I'm kind of glad I'm kind of having a lot of these conversations early right now. Is that I've never been like a one side or the other kind of guy, and I've never been an in the middle kind of guy. You know. No, I think the problem is that people in my life. And by the way, I know these people, okay? Like the guys like, man, I love fucking Rage Against the Machine. It's like fucking, fuck the system. We're gonna make our own system and fucking make people do what the fuck we want. I'm like, no, that's literally the opposite of Rage Against the fucking dude. Wait, what? Right? I grew up in a rich neighborhood. Trust me when I know like these like sick fucking shitheads. Like there's literally $1 million homes. We are not $1 million home because we have been here since the 80s. And I think we paid like $250 when we moved up. Fuck, it's getting cold in here. Damn it. Really cold. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's really freaking cold down here. Although this is helping, so let's try this. But no, if you haven't lived long enough, you know exactly what the machine is, right? It's not the government or corporations. It's both of them in tandem. In reality, is like danger. Like what? Freaking. What's his name? Freaking Harvey Danger said it. I wanted Rage Against Machines, right? I wanted something else. I don't remember the lyrics, but I'm just saying he had like, dude, like the whole point of his like, people thought that it would never happen. People thought that like the shit that fucking Rage Against the Machine talked about in their songs about like fucking, like proper discourse and fucking how like basically eventually everything goes violent. And none of us are trying to have violence because this is our lives. Like a lot of us just want to fucking skate by and not have anything to do with this fucking existence. And now I have to fucking speak out because I could barely scrub 2 fucking pennies up and fucking rub them together to make any more. And that's not my fault because I've worked every day of my life working hard. But I tell you what happened is like every day I make $1, the government's going to take taxes out of it, right? Right? When I do something as a small business, right? I pay a shit ton of taxes in the state. Whereas there is another small business who has about 1 million employees. His name's Michael and Sons, okay? But every fucking thing that he does is on a contract. So he's technically like 6 people in a building, and then everything else is like not his employees. That's fucking wrong. It's fucking wrong. Also, I have to keep my prices competitive because it's the only way I survive in this economy. And I charge way less than everyone else. I mean, if these people are rich, I might decide to charge them an extra $10 an hour. I have literally, Googs, an electric space heater blowing up my back. Okay? And we have a propane one. I just don't like the smell of it. Rob, you are poor too. I care about everyone's 2A. I care about everyone's actual rights. All of them that are laid down in the Constitution, including the 13th Amendment. I think everyone's 13th Amendment right is very important. Now, if you can tell me what that is, I should introduce you to the comic I heard it from, Steve Hofstetter. Basically, it's like the right for you to have like a judicial, like, dispute, right? A judicial dispute for any crime over $50, right? Like, you can take people to court for any crime over $50 because the 13th Amendment exists. I'm just saying, like, I've learned a lot about my rights in the past few days, right? The fifth one, it's against self-incrimination, right? The Fourth Amendment is about, unlawful searches and seizures. The second one is about the right to bear arms and keep arms. The first one is about the right to free speech, the press, the religion, all that stuff. You see, like, even if I can't exactly say 100% what it is, I know what the fuck it is, right? Because I grew up in this country. I knew what it was. They fucking told me it every day. Also, like, I was the kid who certainly did not believe in anything we were doing because I never saw any real effect for any government in my life. And I think that's something that even if you think that I'm not good enough because of my particular politics, which I'm telling you right now, they are very complicated. Right? The reality is like, I've never seen myself on the side of one or the other. Exactly, Googs. You should like know what the Third Amendment is, right? And educate people, please. Right? It's a good point. Even I can't pull up out of my brain what the Third Amendment is, and I'm like free and willing to tell you that I am a flawed human who does not know the information on the Third Amendment. Right? Okay, it's like this, right? The people who were in charge said they wanted freedom for guns and this and that, and they were like, fight tyranny and fuck big government, right? And now they're literally billions of dollars into their government. That's all I'm saying. Well, no, yeah, both sides in the political game lie like hell, but here's the deal, okay? To the people who are trying to live a truthful life, who don't want to condemn people because someone told them to. I mean, that seems like a really simple idea that someone's going to say, hey, Soundwave is evil. And a lot of us are going to believe it because we all know Soundwave is fucking evil. Right? Am I wrong about that? He's not a flawed hero. He's not a flawed villain, right? He's a Decepticon master. He's ready to serve, bro. He's gonna chop y'all down with his sound waves. Oh shit. Oh shit. You know what? Moving on. Cheers. Save half of that. Well, no, Rob. Mr. Mouse dash OLP 9PW likes turtles. Is it turtles only or tortoises and turtles? If that's a valid question, Mr. Mouse. Do you like all the terrapin? Are you a terrapin guy or girl or whatever? Mister. Okay, you're a terrapin guy? Right? Context clues, people. Read into what people tell you. Who the hell? Oh, it's Pops. Hey, Pops. What?
Who the hell is what?
Who the hell is Pops?
I don't know. Who is he?
We should do a Pops test soon.
Hi, guys.
I'm gonna give you we're gonna do a long form video where I just hand you things and you're give it quick opinions.
Hi, guy.
Everyone, this is Pops. He says hi.
I'm going to bed.
He's going to bed. No one's saying anything. All right. Although I can tell you, everyone's happy to see you or hear you.
Thumbs up.
I mean, they can't see. Yeah, he just said thumbs up. You guys drop a thumbs up because Pops.
Good night.
Pops is thumbsing up.
I'm going inside. It's too damn cold out here.
It's not cold right here in front of this heater that's blowing directly on my torso.
I'm about.
You
I was
see?
going to say it. You're about ready to set your fucking ass on fire.
No, I'm fine. I'm nice and toasty. It's like living in a toaster oven.
Good night, though.
As soon as I walk out of here, it's freezing. It's
Here, too.
yeah, I know.
Love you. Good night.
I love you too, Pops. Hey, don't turn the lights off. What the heck? Pop rocks. Yeah, dude, Pops has his stories. I gotta like literally get him. I have to coerce him. 2 drinks of scotch, and then I'm gonna start recording. I need to get his stories down. His stories are good, and he's right. It's freaking cold in here. I have like a. Oh shit! It's cold as fucking here, y'all. It's so freaking cold, right? It's heady glass. Oh yeah, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Oh, it's like 20 degrees outside, bro. Well, like usual, like I burn out of like all of my fun supplies in the first day. It was 11. I was 22. I think it's like 23 right now outside, maybe 25. I don't know. So nice and warm in my cocoon of sleeping bags and clean clothes. I smell like Tide and sweating Tide. Oh shit, I am drunk. I'll admit that freely. I like it though. It's nice. 7 people and 6 likes. Thank you for the likes. You guys are all freaking amazing. By the way, why I do that when it's like that? It's like 7 and 6. Of course you are, Googs. Most of us are. You like how are you? How else are you dealing with the endless toil of existence? You know, like waking up and fixing other people's problems and never having time to fix your own. And like I'm real. Like when I get drunk, half the time, like I'm just like folding clothes or watching YouTube videos, watching Summer School with Mark Harmon tonight, which is really nice actually. It was a nice change. Just not like watching like kind of like the news cycle bullshit. Like I don't try not to do it that much. So, although in the current environment, I certainly check in the mornings. But like I sleep to a certain show, and you know, I've already seen all the episodes. I wish it was Star Trek again, but it's not. I used to sleep to Star Trek. I love Star Trek. Doesn't matter. Original series, Next Generation, DS9, they all put me to sleep. Dude, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I've just seen it so much. It's like watching Star Wars episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. A New Hope, dude. That puts me to sleep real quick. So when you get drunk and you usually black out, sleepwalk and talk to people in the icy snow, you're all like tap dancing. I'm tap dancing in the night like. I watched friggin' what Star Trek. The first episode of Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Yeah, that's a bit of a rough title. It's just called Starfleet Academy, and then put a Star Trek logo at the bottom. We can figure it out, right? The franchise has only existed for like getting 60 years now. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's here's the question, okay? Disney bought Star Wars. Why did they buy Star Wars? Because they thought they could get 100 years out of it. But I'm telling you right now, doing the same shit over and over again is not the good thing. And then here's another thing. When you watch a movie and like the villain comes off as like, you know, like so when I was a kid, when there was a villain, it was a fucking villain. Decepticons. Good guys, Autobots. Right? The Autobots. Right? Bumblebee. Rob, 8363, what kind of robot car are you? You know, it's like, okay. It's the idea that, like, these are just good guys, and those are just bad guys, right? And if the bad guys, they're smart and they're cunning and they're gonna stay. They're gonna be there forever. They're not going away. I don't know. It's a hard thing to convey. And now you're like, oh, everyone loves Hannibal Lecter because they talked about how Hannibal Lecter had fucking feelings. I'm fucking sorry, bro. I'm fucking sorry. Dude, no. Hannibal Lecter doesn't fucking get feelings in the fucking canon of existence, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, that dude has no fucking conscience. He has no fucking feelings. And if you don't, right, get fucking help. Don't let me alienate you. Just go fucking get some help, bro. Hit me in the feels, bro. Cheers. And Rob, you know better than that, man. You know way better than that. A truck. Ha ha ha. A truck. No, tell me the truck. Was it 1978 Scout 2 with like the top off? What is it? Is it 1994 Chevy Cheyenne or whatever? Like, what is it? 1988 Ford or Chevy 1500 or a 1999 Toyota Tacoma. What kind of truck are you? I mean, like, come on. We got to get the branding for you. Like, what are you going to transform into? You see me, I'd probably transform and be like, what up? Yo, what's up? I'm a knife. Ah! 1976, 76 International Delight in the color of French vanilla. Nice. All right. All right, JT. You all fancy. Hit me in the feels, bro. That kind of does it. Just a little bit. I do miss the International Delight. Little canisters, you just go. Ah, the coffee was perfect. By the way, it caused cancer in mice or something. That's why we can't have it no more. Same with Malox. Remember Malox? Malox was a great thing in my life. Sorry, it's getting a little cold. Also, you do not know the power of the dark side. Transfer truck, red and black. Red and black. Well, it's like, okay. Tell me more. A transfer? A Ford transfer? Is that a Ford truck? What? Bruh. Dude, like one time someone said it was an Isuzu. And I was like, what kind of Isuzu? Oh, he's so witty. Don't be shitty. Oh, just be witty and be wise. Yeah, Ford transfer. All right. Oh, hey, no, okay, I get it. Hold on, now that I think about that, no, that's, dude. Or just a plane. You're gonna transform into a plane. Be witty. We're asking people what they would transform into, like. Like I had a buddy said to me like once, he was like, so I've asked people this a couple times in my life, like, what dude, if you were a robot in disguise, yeah, jet, right? Would you be no, I'm not gonna ask you if you'd be an Autobot or a Decepticon, right? You got a Mercury Mountaineer, all right? So I've asked this question: if you were a robot in disguise, what robot or what disguise would you pick? What car would you pick, right? And I remember someone saying to me once, they were like, you know, a Subaru, and I was like, why? He was like, because like no one looks at him or whatever. And then someone was like, yo, Corvette, and I was like, oh, I think there's actually a character in the movie. Do you have another answer? And he was like, well, Aston Martin. And I was like, all right, dude, you're discounted. And then someone was like, like someone said the best answer. They were like, I was like, what would you turn into? He was like, I don't know, like a 1978 VW Bug in yellow. And I was like, shh. Bumblebee. And I told him that I would probably be the head of whatever, like, multiple set of stuff had to come together. You a T1000, dude? A T1000? Oh, shit is. So, dude, you remember those old trucks, man? Those are great trucks. If you can find like a T1000, that's I think it's a Nissan truck. Anyone see that, like, that weird, like, it's like a, I mean, I know you guys have. It's like a Honda or whatever. Ridgeline. It looks like a minivan on the front. I just don't get it, right? It's like a minivan. And, like, here's the thing about the Ridgeline. They should have had, like, the thing that made it look like a minivan, and you should be able to, like, pull that cap off, you know? Rob would be a fire truck. That is such an adolescent answer. It's perfect. All you care about is how fast things go and how good things are and how sharp they are and how much you can douse things in with water or other fluids. Rob, I'm telling you, every time you talk to me, it's warranted. You know you deserve the worst and the best answer I possibly can give. Dude, it's got to make you laugh. It's also going to make you kind of barf a little bit as you're laughing. Well, no, do you remember, like, okay, hold on. Like, so the T1000 truck, right? When T2 came out, there was a T1000 Terminator edition, I'm pretty sure. T100. Yeah, a T100. Yes, Toyota. There was always like a tie over. Also, it's a little weird that Toyota, probably one of the more, like, reliable build companies, they're like, you know, tie in with Terminator. Sure, why not? Like, you know, just remember these guys, right? In Japan, at one point, like, 2 of their cities was eviscerated by nuclear bombs. Right? They have probably the best sense of humor about their own existence out there. Like, I knew a guy who grew up in Japan. I grew up with a kid, and he was like the darkest humor dude ever. Like, I literally learned dark humor from a Japanese dude. So, also, that's how I got into the anime thing. Like, he was like, yeah, blah blah blah. You know, we came here, and that's how I got the FM Towns computer with, like, Afterburner on it. Because Dad was like, yeah, we have a Japanese computer we're gonna get rid of. We're gonna trash it, but it's not on the books, so you just bring it home. And I brought it home, and me and him, like, hang out. Like, you know, his name was Hero. Hung out, like, freaking play Afterburner for days, and he could read the freaking keyboard. He taught me a bunch of freaking Japanese. No, the 1000 is not a miniature Japanese locomotive, although it is like a passenger car with a truck bed. It's a small Japanese passenger car with a truck bed. The 1000, yeah. JT, here's you. Yeah, it's like a K Camino. Yeah, no, hold on. You should have said that first. Like, it's a very small car. It's like a passenger car, but it's a truck bed on it. Yeah, the 1000. And that was see, this is why I know. That was the Japanese car, whatever was tying in with the T1000, and they'd be like it would be the T100, and it would go and, like, form into that car or whatever. Yeah, it's a cool car. Also, dude, Japanese commercials have always been amazing and crazy, and I wish that we had more of them here. Yep. Basically, so here's a little known fact. I knew a dude named Clay, and he had a Ford Festiva, like a 1980 something, 89 or 90, like a really, like, one of the last years, and we rebuilt and redid the entire engine. That car lasted for another 500,000 miles, and it already had 300,000 on it. So he brought it to this garage right here where I am sitting, and literally my engine hoist on the beam up here, lifted everything out, lifted the car up, and dropped the car engine, drivetrain, everything from the bottom out. Actually, Ford pickup, 80s model. Well, I like okay, so I do an 80s Ranger, like an F100 Ranger, right? Dude, like, but to be real, the truck I've been looking at the most lately is like a, I don't know, like I have just okay. I've been looking at Toyota ones, okay, but like I don't have like a definitive thing. Like I don't choose like new stuff. I have to pick from old stuff. So I'm thinking like a '96 Toyota Tacoma with the extra cab on the back and the 8-foot bed. The heavy duty one that they put out. It's called the work plant or whatever. I don't know. Nokia brick of hatchbacks, Ford Rangers. So I had, so as long as you don't go with a Ford Ranger, right? From 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, beyond is good until they're gone. And then with S10s, anything before the model change, and anything before the engine change. Uh, so if it's a model, it has to be an early model change, like the new body version, or the old square body version, like 82 to like what 90 something. '70s Rangers are pretty good. So here's the thing about like a 1500 though. Like I knew a guy who had like an '84 1500. He used to run like an auto parts store right down the road from us, and he passed away after a stroke and some other things. I went to school with his daughter, Shannon. Shout out to Shannon. What's up, Shannon? I hope you're doing well. The kids that she had loved my Oak City Gamer stuff. Dropping things, I'm dropping it. Dropping things, I'm dropping it. You know what I'm not good at is sometimes just tracking where it all went. There we go. OJ Broncos. Hey, no. So I had for a very brief time a Bronco 2. Or I was actually going to buy a Bronco 2. Right? And my plan for it was to do like not a Bronco, like an OJ Bronco, but like the one that they came out with a couple years later to like rebrand it. And I was gonna do a 4.6 swap conversion on it because they'll fit with a little bit of hood modification. But I ended up buying a 1976 Chevy Camaro. And if I'm going to tell you any Camaro buyer will tell you the exact same thing I'm going to say to you right now. It's a money pit. It's a money pit. It's a money pit. Don't buy it. It's a money pit. Save yourself from it. It's a money pit. Don't buy the Camaro. So in the 80s, the interior was shit. In the 70s, the interior was shit. In the 60s, it was a decent car. But you gonna find something that's not shit from the 60s? I mean, how long ago was that? Like, we were like, that was 30 years away from when most of us, right? 30, 40 years away from when most of us were born, so. You had two OJ ones, an 86 and 84. Dude, great trucks. Also, the new Broncos are really nice looking. They much more evoke the 70s style one that was like the fun SUV, the birth of the SUV type deal. And I lost a like. People hate me. Sweet. It's cool to have haters, bah. Alright, chill. Y'all got cheers? Cheers up on your cheers and up under your chins. Up on top of your chins. Oh, two Camaros. Yeah, dude, they're money pits, aren't they? They're money pits, bro. I mean, I like the Camaro. Okay, if I had more money, I'd own a Camaro again. I'd restore, own, build one out. But like, I'm kind of saving every penny I have in the world, and I'm gonna check to make sure they're not like misprints or something. And I want to get this before my dad dies. I want to get his stories recorded and posted on the channel here. And I also want to fix this 1947 Nash Healy, number 206 or 207 or something, at a 400. Very unique boutique kind of car. I'd like to get it fixed. I'd like to have the money to do that. And here's the best part. I'd like to do it the right way. Like, I mean, I'm not going to sell my soul, but I'll sell myself to someone who sells me something already that I believe in. Okay, so like, if it's like, hey, we're Chevy and we want you to sell the new S10 that we're just putting out. I've had an S10 since I was a child, you know, like, I'll do that campaign. Hell, I might even do it for free if you give me a fucking S10. But the deal is like, my dad bought an S10 1982, right? He worked for IBM at the time, and IBM had a gas program where it said that they'd cover your gas, okay? And my dad, pretty good at math, just kind of did all the math, figured it all out, figured that the amount of gas that they were going to pay him for was about half the price and would subsidize essentially his car payment, okay? So he took the deal, he bought the cheapest, most gas efficient thing possible, and basically IBM paid him to drive the truck into work every day. It was a free truck. But that IBM's gone, so. Goog says he had a 83 Ford LTD. Oh, geez. Drove it over 50 mile per hour at a not feel a thing, a railroad crossing. Really good suspension. Yeah, and brakes. Brakes. I drove Crown Vics for years. So most of my first cars were like police auction cars. My first car was a 1979 Caprice Classic that my dad had gotten from a little old lady from Pasadena, and it had 60,000 miles on it. I drove it a little bit. My brother drove it for a little while when his Buick died, and he drove it into the ground. We changed the transmission for someone, and we sold it. And then eventually, I had bought. Dad and I bought a 1988 Caprice Interceptor, and that had like a lot of like, let's call it evidence left over from the police in it. He even outbid the detective who drove it every day. Loved the car, and that's what I'm saying. One day I'll have these stories with Dad, right? I think the last car we looked at to buy before Mom was like, no, we're not looking at it, was when they changed over to Dodge cars for a little bit, the Challengers. Anyway, at that point, Mom was like, no, I'd rather just have a car payment. I have the money saved up. I just want a car that I'm happy with. So she bought a Kia Soul 2011. And there's a great story about that. She would not take $1 over her asking price. So she said, no, I'm not doing it. I don't want it, blah, blah, blah. She walked away from the dealership, had the perfect car. It was like a white car with like, I think it was like blue and black interior. She didn't want black, but she wanted like another color. And then she got her car, right? $1 less a month, every month, or $2 less a month or whatever. It was a small amount, like $2 to $3. It's like telling you that my family is probably, like, I'm the least stubborn of everyone in my family. I'm actually very willing to like help people. Someone's like, hey, I need you to move a couch. I was like, I can't move the couch, but if you get 2 people to move the couch, I will drive the couch to where you need it and they can move it. And they're like, what? I was like, yeah, I can't move anything because I have a bad back. Right? Like, it's like I was telling everyone recently, I just recently, dang it. Trash everywhere. Dead bodies everywhere. Anyway, um, like, it's not about that. Nothing's about that. Nothing's about what you can afford. It's about what you can do. So every day, like, I put up a couple videos about what I have, what I've accumulated, what I've never gotten rid of. And when people tell you, like, you know, like, maybe you should sell some of this shit. I'm like, nah, I got ideas. And they think you're a crazy person, and you aren't. So, yeah. Anyone got anything cool to talk about? Like, hey, you see that? Did you see the trailer for the new He-Man movie coming out? Huh? He-Man? I mean, like, of course, there's controversy around that, right? Right? You know, I don't live off the internet. I've seen the controversy on that one. Everyone's like, "Oh man, Prince Adam's got him on his fucking name tag or something." I was like, "Are you really that upset?" You know what? All right, it's cool. You know what? Next time I see one of y'all motherfuckers out in the real world, I'm just be like, "Hello, miss. How are you? Oh, you look mighty fine, Miss Crumpet on a Muppet. Cheers." That's correct. I have now apparently a British accent. Let's continue upon the lesson. Drink. People have asked me why I drink and smoke. I think I actually have an actual answer for that. I think learning with Juan asked me, why do you drink and smoke? Because like people are like, smoking's bad, okay? Smoking's bad, okay? Yeah, Rob, like trust me, dude, it just goes all in for that Eternia shit. And when I say like all in, like people look back at the 80s shit and they're like, man, this is gay, right? And I'm like, no, it's just very colorful, okay? Like, and to be real, like, if you're worried about gay shit, dude, you should stop watching any fucking movie that's ever been made by Hollywood. There you go. Right? It's like Robin Williams saying to like the people in Germany, like, you know, do you think we have this thing where we like, you know, are perceived as not being very funny, right? And he's like, well, you know, you did kill all the funny people, right? All the fags and the fucking Jews. Sorry to use a loaded term on stream right here. Yes, I said fag and Jew. Let's go. Ask me more. Tell me what I know about it. I only know a Jew who will make the worst Jew jokes in the world. He'll tell you every bad one. No, this is the point, okay? If someone's funny and they tell you something fucked up, right? It's because they know they're funny, okay? It's like this. If I was like, you know, there was a world where the words that people want to say is what they said, then there would be a very distinct difference between an A and a hard R. But there right now isn't. Because I've known plenty of people who've called me like the A version, and I understood it. I also understood that they saw in me that I was also oppressed by pretty much everyone around me. Not because I was dumb or stupid, because I was tall. Because no one fucking wanted to fuck with me at all in my life. Because tall people, we don't get no love, right? Like, everyone's like, man, like, blah, 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 girls and blah, blah, blah. Girls don't like tall dudes. As much as girls want to say, like, no, they want a girl that's like 2 inches taller. That's the minimum. So, I'm 6'6". I'm looking for a girl who's 6'4". Think about it like that. uh, well, first off, I understand very well. Well, no, I'll say it all one day. Like when I have like enough people here, like when I have 1 million subscribers, I'd be like, "Ma, yes, what's up, bitches?" You know, whatever. Oh, shiz, right? Like whatever, like whatever people like want to hear, dude. I can say all the topical, tropical things. Like the whole point is, I'm here to entertain and be funny. I'm not here to like degrade people. I'm trying to tell people like, dude, one day you're gonna get caught, right? If you're a bigot or you're a racist or an asshole, one day you're gonna get caught in your lie, and you're gonna know you're caught in it, and you're gonna run the fuck away, dude. I grew up in a fucking in a town where it was very real. I can't tell you like when I was 16 was the first time I heard, well, Jesus says if there's love in your heart, let it out. But our philosophy says the same thing. If there's hate in your heart, you got to let that out too. And I'm telling you, that's the wrong way of thinking. If there's love in your heart, you got to believe. You don't let it out. You keep it inside. You just believe in people. And then you like look at them, you're like, good job. It's how raising a kid works. By the way, every time my kid did something good, I was like, dude, I'm fucking proud of you. You know what I've never said to him every day of his life? Dude, I'm fucking proud of you. Because that's reserved for moments when people really need to know that they did something special. I love you. Right? Rob, are you 6'2" or 6'3"? Are you 6'2" and a half? Or are you 6'3" in the morning and 6'2" and a half by the end of the day? Because I'm 6'6" in the morning, but I will definitely call 6'5" at midday. Got to lay down a little bit. My back's hurting. My back's hurt. Doctor says I need a backiotomy. Like, okay, here's the best example I can explain to you, okay? Like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle was one of the funniest dudes in Hollywood for years. He was in Robin Hood Men in Tights, right? Friggin' one of the funniest Jews in history. Like, loves that guy. Friggin' Mel Brooks. He's like best friends with that guy, right? No, Rob, we'll get there in a second. Damn it. Jumping the gun. Rob giving fucking Friday answers on a Tuesday conversation, damn it. Yes, Rob, you get every invasive thought. I know you can handle it because God knows what you're feeling in your brain, right? Like, just telling you, whatever you got going on, I do that. You're 6'3" in the morning, okay? 6'2" and a half by the end of the day. Look, my most of my family are 6'2", 6'3". Like a lot of us, there's some of us that aren't. Then they're normal people. They're actually fucking normal people, right? Save for like I had a cousin who was like a little bit shorter, and he looked like a giant toad, and he also was like built like a goddamn Mack truck. Max trucks, big wheels, roll. That was Scott. Todd's still alive. Also built like a truck, also short, also my cousin, still the same DNA track. What I'm saying is, like, when two people mix their DNAs, it's a beautiful thing because you don't know what the fuck's coming out the other side. Two black people have a fucking baby, and it comes out like milk, like malted milk white, you know, like tanny white. Rob, dude, you're saying you're crazy when I fucking sound like I'm crazy. Like, I leave all this public, dude. Okay. I need to pee really badly, but I can explain this. I just need to form my thoughts whilst peeing and getting this out of my into to my second chamber of thought. Hold on. Yes, you want to get this? Got me. I was born in 1980. Okay? I was born in 1980. So that means that every 10 years, it was easy to keep track of my birthday. I was 10 years old when I was 1990. I was 20 years old in 2000. The whole point is like, I've seen the decades. I'm telling you, like, generations are like, chunks of years sometimes. Like, baby boomers are actually like 20 years of people. Like, 1947 to like what? No, it's not, right? I can't tell you that because it's not, right? Okay, so like, I can tell you that the scales are always moving. Like baby boomers, like boomers and this and that, they always thought it was like never ending, right? Because there's a lot of people in Gen X, the next stage, who are baby boomers, right? Because this guy had like a young wife at the end of his life, right? It's like, okay, you know how many dudes I grew up with who are like, what's that dude? Theo Vaughn, right? Like, I grew up with plenty of dudes like that guy. Like, like really, like, old dude dad, right? Like, I remember there was this kid named, Chris, and then the last name was Coldwell. And we used to have this bank around here called Coldwell Bank. And I never put the two things together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, my dad is not like a silver spoon mouth rich kid. Like, we got into a neighborhood that was better than our status in our life. Everyone's telling when the year they were born. Rob, we all figured you were born in '83. It says '83 in your friggin' in your name. Like, I always figured that's exactly why you and I got along, because you're only like, you actually are born the same year that my ex and I are born. Like, she's born in '83, and she and I get along like famously. This is the whole point, right? It's like, someone asked me what I do on YouTube, and I was like, I do what I want, and then people like what I do. Can it get better? Sure. Can it get worse? Sure. But I kind of like living in this like small place where there's enough people who give a fuck that I can still chat with people and I can still keep up with the chat. I'm worried that one day all this is gonna get so stupid popular, and this is why I like Rob. You're wrenched. A lot of people are wrenched here because I know you guys won't leave after that. You guys would be the only people I really can see on there or whatever. Or they'll have moderator chat, where you guys have like click, paste, moderator chat. Like where you can like send me like curated messages on YouTube would be a really cool thing, but YouTube ain't gonna do it. Not unless I ask for it. But so 1983 or 84, I was 4 years old. I remember going. It might have been 1983 actually. We went to an IBM celebration. There was like clowns, there was people on stilts, there was like music, and then there was a raffle. And I'd gotten a chalkboard for free. And people asked me why I like IBM. I was like, I don't like IBM. I liked IBM when I was a kid. I was into it all day. But they don't do what they did. And the reason my dad left after 30-something years is because they weren't the company that believed in him. He doesn't have a college degree, right? But they saw, like, they were like, there's only one guy, right? Rob, like, this is why I tell you I enjoy what you do. Okay, because like you need someone to physically manifest that in your existence. Because I know you've done your shit and didn't know why sometimes. By the way, I got 2 videos up today. I could have just like taken the day off and said fuck it. But I got 2 fucking videos up today. Commitment, belief in yourself, believing in other people. Knowing that YouTube wants you to do this every day. They want you to be consistent. I went to college. I dropped out of that too. It was a scam college. That story's coming soon. Also, if you want to see anything I produced whilst in that scam college, you can go check out this channel here. There's some music. There's some other stuff. It's all kind of the stuff I was doing. There's like films. There's like a scene remake. Nah, Rob, I think the only place I've ever found any real joy in my life, and it's hard to explain to the people who I work with every day, like my dad, that like this is something that validates people's existence, and Dad doesn't understand that, and he's starting to because he walked out tonight and he was like, you know, hi, hey, I was gonna, and I was like, oh, I'm live. I was like, oh, hi everybody, right? You know, he's like, he's starting to put on the same face I do every day. Some excitement, some giving, some caring, some belief. By the way, here's the thing I think people forget about America. When my dad was a kid, and he got a manufacturing job out at Peekskill in the at Peekskill in the Kingston area at the plant, and then Peekskill like plant moved up directly into Kingston, and then he was like one of the managers because they were like, we're rebuilding, or what would you do? That was a plasma screen display line, and then IBM sold that entire line to Toshiba and Lenovo, right? This is my point. Every day of my life is a study in how corporate America decided that Americans are stupid and we should move all of the fucking manufacturing away from all these stupid fucking people who like to get drunk and like to have fun, and let's send it over to Asia. Because I'm going to tell you right now, those motherfuckers only have one outlet: to drink and have fun. Because Americans were too smart, or too good, or they weren't willing to fucking believe in the product. I mean, I don't know how to explain it any better, but like, we were sold out in the 60s, 70s, and 80s every day of their life, or their lives. I didn't sell nothing. I was born in 1980. Dude, the only time I ever like sold my soul was like try and like fucking not vote for, what's that asshole's name? George W. Bush, who was like running a war up in Iraq or whatever. You know, finishing his dad's job. And I wrote in a vote for Jon Stewart of The Daily Show. Frivolous, stupid idea. And it fucking seems like it's actually gonna fucking happen. Like, it's weird, okay? The first fucking Jew in history, maybe, to ever be fucking elected to that office. Right? Rob, no. Okay, here's the question, okay? Here's all of the money in the world, okay? And all the money is owned by the billionaires. We have, as a community, you, me, everybody, here, down here, like, that's that. It's that. And this is very inaccurate. That's that. No, we need this back down where we are. We need opportunity and money again. But they all have the fucking, Elon has the, what, okay, all right, hold on. Everyone was freaked out when I did, like, you know, I did my Trump. Hello, well, you know what? You know how we should run the country? Like a casino that I'm gonna fucking fail. Okay, now here's Elon. Here's me, McDonald's. Okay. Well, I think that like peasants are you know, stupid. Right? Like, okay, this is my point. Is like, you need to like understand that I have like fucking like ADD, ADHD, fucking level autism, like very low quality. Like, that guy is not autistic. He is a South African shithead who was raised by a South African shithead from the apartheid era. Yeah, it's like. Also, I remember history in South Africa. Everything was fucking legal. Like, all that shit was legal. Like treating black people badly. Dude, I had a friend growing up, Bakari. You know where Bakari came from? He came from fucking South Africa, right? He was a refugee. I don't know what happened to Bakari. Dude, bring the money back to, bring all of that fucking money in the world back to us. But they're ditching us every day because we have a maniacal shithead who's decided that devaluing our currency will make us feel better while making them feel richer. Now, trust me, dude. I hate being political. I fucking hate this. Dude, they fucking murdered someone the other day. Like, I saw fucking 5 different versions of this video. That was like, we're stealing the gun out, and then there's a guy, after the shot goes, puts the fucking shot up, blang, right in the dude's fucking head. No, dude, what's going on? Dude, that guy, dude, what the fuck, man? Rich get richer, poor get poorer. You know what happens, what happened at the end of that one there, Rob? You know why people say that? Because that's actually the moral of the Great Depression. It's a story, and I'm going to find the entire quote. Now that you keep saying it, I want to find that entire quote. Because Great Gatsby, fucking, I'm pretty sure that's where it's from. It's like greed is good, for lack of a better word. You know what they say? When I hear it, people say greed is good, greed is like this, greed is that. You leave out for lack of a better word. But I have a better word. Required to make what happens in our world happen. Required. By the way, I'm pretty sure it's actually rich get richer, poor get poorer. I think that's from ancient Rome, Rob. We are in the Great Depression. Yeah, no, I like. Why do you think I host like a small Great Gatsby style party here? Although it's very well pared down from that. Cheers. Also, very funny. I've been told that I'm actually kind of funny, like kind of really funny. Look, I'm also really sad, right? Like, I've been told my entire life I'm like Morrissey and The Cure, right? That I should never make music again, which I'm gonna try to do. But I think at this point in my life, I'm just gonna write music for other people. So if you're a musician out there and you've been quietly listening to me, maybe a good time to friggin' hit up my email. Does have about 1,000 beats. I got art for days. Look at that thing. Pop said you should not change that at all, and I had already changed it. And here's something I'm going to confess to everyone here on stream right now. I frequently take these things and I'm like, fucking useless ass art. Shit. Because it's useless to me. I'm not selling anything. I'm stagnating every day. You know what? Here's the deal. My art isn't for rich people. It's for everybody. Right? Because I know that everybody who could afford one for at my price, well, then they might have an investment level piece of art. And instead of giving and selling this shit to fucking people who are gonna keep it as an investment, maybe put it in people's houses where it'll warm their home. Make them believe in stuff. Make them want to do better with the world. Because honestly, like, that's what my entire fucking generation was about, but it was all a lie. Sold to us by fucking Ted Turner. No, Rob, like, listen, I know they're good, but, like, half the stuff I make, right? I throw away, or I recoat, or I redo things, because it's a 50-50 proposition. My feelings sometimes are strong enough to actually make it all the way through the process. It's a compulsion to make the art. I can't not make the art. It's like Paul McCartney makes art. And he makes art because it's not the compulsion, it's the break from his compulsion of songwriting. You see what I'm saying? I make this video or this live stream, it's because I'm breaking like the compulsive act, okay? So I can tell you the way I replace art every day in my life is by like smoking and like cigarettes. So I like replace that act with doing art, right? Or smoking a J or smoking a bowl, right? I still get to a point where I just need a cig. Like I can't delay it any long, right? I don't like being addicted to it. Also, don't like being impulsed to buy or to make the art. Right? It's like this looks frantic because it is frantic. It's also you can see Francis foot back there. Anyway, don't matter you like it. It's all that matters. No, it's not about. I don't like. Okay, this is about me saying something to the world, right? Like, I make art where I do like tiles and stuff, and it's like the art isn't about what I like. It's not about what I want to say to the world. It's about what I'm saying to myself to make myself feel better about the world I live in. Because I was always told that like my generation would save shit. Like we're still living under the like literal regime of like old people and Gen Xers who have like bought old people. It's like I want to do an owl up here, but there's already an owl down here. I don't like it. I'm telling you, if I made art that I liked, I would draw like pictures of people, like Rob's face. Or like the last thing I did where I did something I liked, it was a drawing of Red out at Carey Crew. And I didn't have the time to finish that. I sent him the halfway finished one. Right? It's like I'm living my life and also helping my mom, my dad, my son. I'm kind of stuck in a place where everything matters outside except what I do here. And this is what makes right now on this channel very special. Like if I get more money, it could change what's happening. But if you're here now, it's a very special time. Just know that like this is what I want to continue to have. But like if I stop creating this one day and I start doing something corporate, I want to have people who feel like this doing the work because I'm too old and I can't do all of it anymore. But I still believe in the youth. I still think that like 83 to 93, you guys are really productive people, right? Like the 93 to like 2003 people, right? You guys are like IT experts already. You're probably already working in the IT field, right? If you're my son's age, like like early 2000s, 2010, 2006, same deal, but like you're just getting there. You do a good, sir. I do a good. Well, I'm telling you right now. People have asked me like, "What do you get from it?" It's like there's no reward from this. just fucking sit here and I drink and I'm fucking broken all day. It's okay. I'm telling you right now, I'm not that broken. Not enough to fucking actually do something with what I have, my knowledge. And if someone was going to ask if I was actually broken, I'd say no, more bruised and beaten. Because the world tends to beat you, but they don't break bones. It just beats you down. It makes you sore. It makes you fucking sour. And as much as I am those things, I still have like this gigantic core of golden sweetness deep inside of me called my heart. And I cheers out to everyone in the world because you're not here like listening to me. There's like 4 people. Rob, you're one of them. I'm one of them. The whole point is like, I'm gonna cheers this out to all of the people in the world who don't have anything, right? To the Bob Cratchits of our existence, right? Rob, I never want to start a business where like Marley shows up like after he died after 3 years and he scares me and I tell him that you're food poisoning. You know, like Charles Dickens. It really seems like the world's run by these dudes who read Charles Dickens and then stopped before all of the ghosts frickin' show up. And they cut that part of the book out. Big black bars, right? And then the end of that story is, Cratchit, here's some money. Fuck you. It's like, what? Why? Anyway, cheers to everyone in the world who's not watching. You're out there trying your best, trying to make car payments, rent, trying to pay the electrical bill. Thing is, I always had things I could sell because Rob, okay, Rob, I'm gonna be really honest with you for a minute. You have probably like the most Sweet Pete voice ever. Like when I say Sweet Pete, right? Like it's like, you know, it's like a dope Louisiana accent. You ever, dope ass Louisiana accent, how you all doing, right? Like blah blah blah, confidence and creativity all in one accent. No, Christmas Carol is probably. So here's something about A Christmas Carol most people don't know. That the Christmas Carol would run up until December, right? And then he would sell books. Charles Dickens was not only like a very sentimental person, a very caring person, someone who actually thought about the stuff he wrote and the geopolitical issues at the time. He also very much so sold the books seasonally. You see, the reason why we still have a Christmas Carol now is because he used to go on a book tour, like October, November, like September, October, November, and then for like half of December, and then he'd go home and he'd get drunk for like a month or two, and then he might do like a couple of limited dates for extra money in January, because like people at the time, life was slow back in the day. People like, how could like you do all of the pyramid stuff when like you got a million people and they're all fucking sitting there looking at you asking what the fuck you want, and you're like, I just gave you all fish and food and whatever, blah blah blah, right? I gave you all bacon too, except for all you jokesters over here asking not for no bacons. Like, it makes sense. It's like the huge mass of human power, right? It's like the Three Body Problem was a movie that someone told me to look at. I keep seeing like friggin' clips of it. And they like build a human computer or whatever in people. That's the kind of idea. Like laying out the idea of a million people. No, yeah, he was always broke. Also, one of my favorite episodes of Doctor Who is the Christopher Eccleston one, where him and Rose Tyler meet friggin' Charles Dickens, and he's like, oh, I'm such a huge fan, and he's like, I don't know why, what the means of cooling oneself, would have anything to do with this conversation. He's like, no, I'm a fanatic. I'm really a big, I'm a follower, right? Acolyte. He could have said acolyte, and Home Slice would have understood. Anyway. Acolyte's a very old word. Actually, I think the last time it was probably and possibly used was like late Shakespeare to 100 years after era. But it's been recently good that it's resurfaced as a person who follows things and figures it all out. This is why, I started with tools because, I was called the XO at the time, and I just was doing this and that, and someone said, "Yo, man, I'm glad to have tool videos by a true acolyte," And I think a week later, I changed the name. That's why it's a true acolyte, and it's quote true acolyte unquote. My point is he was broke because honestly, Charles Dickens is the great existence, right? He wasn't mid class enough to be middle class. He also wasn't poor enough to be actually poor. He was rich, but he wasn't actually rich enough to be considered, richy people. And then also people people rejected him his entire life. Talking about a dude who's if you can't eat your meat, you won't get your pudding kind of guy, right? That's how he grew up. People had broken him his entire existence. He was people oh, feeble-minded, weak ass. No, he actually gave a fuck. He was maybe instead of hardening people, we should soften them a little bit. And this is why I'm so hard. It's like this, okay? I went to schools. I went to places. People believed in me. I was kind of a golden kid, and I rejected every moment of it because I don't want to fucking float by, right? On free shit, free money, free existing. Because I'm special. I actually I had a scholarship to a school in North Carolina for the arts, and I gave it to another guy. His name was Jeremy, and he passed away a few years ago, right? More than a few years, 20 years ago. But he was one of the most talented dudes I ever met. Rest in peace, Jeremy. And also, the dude who looked me in my eyes, he's like, when you stop fucking around, everyone's gonna fucking love you. And I was like, what? When you stop fucking around and trying to please people, right? Everyone's gonna love you. And I was like, what? He's like, don't ever fucking change. It's the best advice I've ever gotten, because if you believe in yourself, and you believe that people are people, they heal the world, they do something amazing for life to move everything forward. No one knows what this whole fucking game that we're playing called life is. But if I was to put it into the real words, okay? Don't be a dick. When you see the wrong, try to fix it. And try to defend the people who are trying to defend it. I don't think that's clear enough to say that that's actually happening in my country right now. That I kind of thought that that everything would endure heavily. But I am very apolitical. But right now I'm talking about political shit. And I'm fucking really upset. I've known people exactly like this dude. Rob, don't tell me you've never been treated bad by people in your life. Well, Rob, here's the thing I always rejected in my life. I'm 6'6", right? They wanted me to try out for every throwing position, every rear defensive, every tackle position. They wanted me to fucking go out for football. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the only reason that I have survived anything in my life is because I never did any of that. I'm 6'6". I'm right at the cusp of literally the shortest life possible. A new dude 6'5". Long story, he ripped me out of the car that got flipped over, right? And he's got a lot of problems in his life. He's not a healthy ass dude. I rejected that wholeheartedly. Man, you'd be good on the football team. I was like, yeah, but I'm happy being an artist. You see? Also, people have called me gay my entire life, right? And the one thing I was telling them, I was like, dude, when I was a kid, people were like, you're gay as fuck for being an artist. I was like, well, it sounds more like you're saying that you're gay and you just want to fuck me. And they'd be like, what? And I'm like, oh, did I call you out in front of your friends? And then typically those guys would hit on me and I'd be like, no, I literally just calling out your hypocrisy. I'm sorry if I recognized exactly what the fuck you were doing with your existence and that you're upset that you don't have fucking outlet for it. And that guy's name is Senator Robert Blutarski. No, I'm just kidding. Animal House reference. But no, the whole point is dude, you see something in the world, you see the hypocrisy, you see idiocy, you see a gay ass motherfucker calling out gay people. Just be like, well, it sounds like you're gay as fuck. You just want to fucking join the party. What the fuck is your problem? You see, hypocrisy is all around you. And an honest world means no one gives a fuck what the fuck you do when you go after it. So here's the deal, right? I knew a guy named Adam and I knew a guy named Steve, right? And they have 3 kids, and those 3 kids are really amazing. Actually, those 3 kids are primed up for fucking, basically saving humanity, being a doctor, and being an EMS worker. Rob, okay. No one cares, though. Okay, I think it was in the early 2000s, people were I was saying I was protesting, I was anti-protesting gay haters, right? And I said, they're here, they're queer, get the fuck over it, bro. What the hell? It's been 10 years, man. What the fuck is your problem? And I was a lone voice in that protest that year. And then also my best friend's mom and his girlfriend got married that year. And trust me, back then it was easy to defend lesbians. Also that I know at least a trans dude or two. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, here's the reality of your situation. If you're a conservative and you're in the world, okay, you know at least 2 dudes who are not dudes, born genetically dudes or whatever. You hang out with them and they like to live quietly in your life. You don't know, but I'm telling you, I've known a dude for years and I never knew nothing, right? And then all I hear one day is blah blah blah. I was I never stopped calling that dude a dude, right? Because that dude's always been a dude to me, right? Also, I know plenty of chicks I call dude. Guys, dudes, guys, girls, right? Here's the deal, okay? Education. If you're educated, you know the difference when you see one. And you might not fall, you might actually fall in love with them. And if you're upset about it, by the way, a lot of these old conservative dudes real upset because they fell in love with one of them. I think that ain't a joke. No, here's the deal, okay? Touchdown! The bank's shutting everything. Here's the deal. In the 1980s, Tears for Fears said it the best. Right? Everybody wants to rule the world. Right? I never judged anyone, but if anyone asked me if I want to judge you, I'd judge you on like 4 categories: how good you look, how bad you act, how nice you are, and how amazing you can be. And then you have a wild card category: show me cool shit, ask me stuff, essentially. Like, okay, it's like, dude, I grew up with this guy, okay, John. That's actually his name. Like, don't act like I'm trying to conceal his name. It's actually his fucking name, okay? I'm out of weed. Hold on. Do I have weed up here? Ooh. Yes, I got weed. Okay. John. And, he played 2 pink joints. By the way, if you're smoking regular joints, it's cool. But if you're, like bringing ladies over, dude, I'm telling you, ladies will love you a pink joint. That's all I'm saying. They'll be like, ooh, what kind of this? It's a pink joint? What the hell? Right? Okay. But John, he played the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland on a stage show, okay? Like, being willing to understand a woman's viewpoint is not gay, by the way. Just understanding that women have viewpoints is actually, like, the key to understanding that incel shit is bullshit. Like, just go out, listen to a woman, and fucking put it in your brain. It's easy, right? Okay, I have a favorite for you. What's your favorite knife? Question. One favorite knife that I have right here that I can tell you right now, David. Hold on, Guiducci. David Guiducci? 2960? David Guiducci is from the year 2960, and he wants to know what knife he's going to buy to take to the future tomorrow. Well, I'm pretty sure that would have to be the Buck Highline. If you can get the XL, it's nice. You can get it in like yellow and a bunch of other colors, but this is the stainless steel. It's got like a G10 panel inlays or onlays, not inlays, onlays. Like they're on top. Okay, it's the Buck 263. It's probably one of my favorite ones. It's got a really impressive looking knife, and I'm telling you right now, okay, when you're like, give me your fucking money or I'll cut ya. People take you seriously when you do that. That's all I'm saying. I mean, if you're a robber. I don't know if you're a robber or whatever. But if you want my real deal opinion, okay, you could buy a Roxxon S501U and then wait a week and then buy the Chopper knife pack that has, because that's more of a kind of a thumb open, but this is a quick all-in-one solution. Shaving people's friggin' beards off. You're like, hey, chill out, Vladimir. Grab the nose. And the dude's like, I have no beard. What the hell? Oh, you need one of these? Yeah, it's a nice knife. It's actually stained very, very well and sharp. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. You have a regiment for that? You mean a kata? An American kata? By the way, you make your own kata. Kata is a very creative word, people. Dude, it's not just versatile and decent. It's also a very good feeling. Like when you put this in your hand, right? Like when I'm sitting here and I hold it in my hand, it fits up my grip out, right? Kind of like just sitting here, like hold it up like that. No one knows you got it. I mean, I have a very big hand, but like, you can scroll it past your wrist, hold it back, drop it down a little bit, drop it down, It's ready. That's my point. It's also so. Here's the thing about this blade. Okay. Also, yeah, would function the same way as a roll of quarters, like not a roll of quarters. We call it a roll of dimes. But the other thing about like this is like sharpening this blade is much easier than doing something like this. You know, sharpen one of these versus one of these. This is one angle. This is two angles. You have to do a sharp out for this. It needs to be like kind of a swipe angle. It needs to be set. It needs to be like pushed. There's ways to do that with very simple tools. I'd like to do a video one day. It's coming soon. Well, I mean, like a stack of dimes. I think it's about $30 to $35. Maybe $40 if you're getting the XL one. I think the XL is about that much bigger. And it's a nice knife. A buddy of mine's got one, and he buys like a lot of nice knives. And so the reason he bought that knife was because I bought this one. And he did the research. He's like, yo, man, blah, blah, blah. You know there's an XL. I was like, can I borrow the knife? He was like, nah, man. Well, man, maybe I ain't gonna come and fucking smoke a joint with you. Speaking of smoking a joint. I'm out of weed. I only got emergency joint status. It's also frozen outside. Let it go, man. Let it go. Shut up, Olaf. Shut up, Olaf. Disney movies. Oh, yeah. Hoo, bow, bow. If you want to buy both, you could probably buy them both from Amazon or Walmart, respectively. Well, your ability to kill should be measured well with your ability to consciously live. I mean, train to break is one thing. But I'm gonna tell you what the truth is: a bull in a china shop. You know what it won't do? It won't go and break the shelves with all the stuff on it. I think the Mythbusters, they proved that. Cheers! 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 I am trained in San Shinkai Karate, which is very like American karate, Karate International. Kind of old school, right? You're deaf, you couldn't get into the military. You're tired of bullies, so started learning from my mom's friend. He has a cochlear implant now. I am ultra tall. At the time when I wanted to go into the army, they said that I'd have to buy my own equipment because the size was not available in regimental like regulars, except for like so underpants, pants, fine, but like my top stuff and my boots. I had to had to buy special boots or something, and then. I think 2 years later, they did a waiver or something. No, I tried. Like my dad is the guy you should thank for the service, right? No, thank my dad and my cousin. They both went into the service. Both of them are about the same height. They're about 5'9", 5'10". All right. And we don't talk about what my mom did in the 70s, but like I know she worked for IBM, and I know that she can't talk about it. Still to this day, actually. Not because of like government involvement. Right? Like, my mom knew some of them Hidden Figures ladies. Right? Like, the ladies who worked out there, like none of the ladies who were in the movie, but like like some of them Hidden Figures ladies, she worked on the same machines and all that at IBM. My dad was like, my dad was like computer clearance, crypto clearance. That's how he got into IBM. That's how he got into the manufacturing wing, and then he became a manager, and he moved up from management to like supervisory positions, like doing all of this stuff. No, my dad is the guy you should thank the service for, right? Like, he got out of high school, and he applied to IBM when he got out of the army, and I think the recruiter, the recruiter. Hold on, I'll get to my karate training. The recruiter, he said to Dad, he was like, "So tell me why you didn't take any college courses." And Dad says, "Well, I was in Vietnam, so I couldn't do any college courses, right? Like I couldn't take college. He spent 2 years in Vietnam, right? And when he came out of the service, like he had met like the woman he loved, my mom, right? And they were determined, right? Well, that's what I'm trying to get through the story. Mom and Dad were determined to create their life together, and I'm telling you, the story doesn't change, right? Like I don't have a partner, I don't have like a companion, I don't have a wife, right? Like the girl I fell in love with, I made a baby with, she is still one of my best friends. And I think that's a very important thing to remember is that like to create something, you should do it with something you actually care about. Okay? Like it might not last forever, but you should care about each other while you're doing it. So I like had her come and hang at the house for years while he was growing up, so he was never deprived of his mother. So I was not the fucking dude who was like, you can't have your mother, right? She lived here for about 15 years. Oh, David, I can read body language from across the street through a dirty screen and a bad window, like a dirty window, right? I can read body language through a fucking car, right? Like, one of my worst fears is that like I'll never be able to hear again. But like I'm telling you right now, I'm happy to go deaf, but I'd rather go blind because I understand. I understand. Like if someone's like, "Would you rather go deaf or blind?" I'm like, "I'd rather go deaf." Or no, I'd rather go blind than go deaf, right? Because I can still touch the piano and go. And then like I had a girlfriend who was deaf, and she was like, you know, I don't like anything you name, right? Like there's no use sound like I'm crying like D, like you know, like it's like no, like it's not a crazy dream. I'm sorry, like it's just people hear it. Like I actually hear more than most people do, right? It's like so when certain frequencies hit my head, it hits my coax, right, and it rolls down and it vibrates right here in my chin. Okay, and it's like this hypersonic sound. So I go into certain attics, and they have this big box. It's about yay big. It's a hypersonic sound generator to like keep bats or whatever out of there. And I'm just literally like this, like the whole time, like. You know, like feel like my head's gonna explode. So, no, I like, so like, growing up listening to albums, uh, and listening to tapes. And I recently like recommended a movie, right, where it's like Airheads. He's like, yeah, man, the tape sucks because like it blows out the high end. It makes me, or it blows out the low end, and it makes me sound like a fucking chipmunk, right? And I'm like, no, tapes definitely did that. It wasn't like the high metal tapes. It was like the cheap ones, the type A's or B's, the type B's. Hold on, I gotta pee very badly. I admit it, I am human. Let's be real. Eventually, you have to drain the lizard. Be right back. Hi, Doug. Zoe, you don't want to be out here. It's nice and cold, but I can tell you that here is Zoe. She's not my cat. She's a guest in my house, but we love her, and she's a part of the family already. We haven't been letting her out, and she's been pretty ornery about it. We let her out earlier, and we were pretty friggin' worried about it. Are you happy? Or just slightly content? Look at the tail. Zoe, we love you. You know that? You know it's cold out here, right? She's a little ornery. She's a little ornery. She's super cute, though. Hey, I'm not gonna let you out. It's frozen outside. There's Olaf and like the Ice Princess. There's Elsa outside. I'm not gonna let you go. Yeah, I let you hang out in here, but I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna take you inside. Hold on. And I'm gonna leave you in there because I cleaned your litter box, damn it. I took care of you. Hey, Mom? All right, so on the topic. Hold on, what's going on? David said, hold on. David says, hold on. What did he say? Hold on. Thinking Time says, wait. Thinking Time did a cat emoji. Rob said knife fighting techniques. What? What's going on here? What? I'm looking at buck knives, knife fighting techniques. Fair, and ninjutsu and other stuff. This is old. Hold on. Thinking Time said cat emoji. Okay? I'm a bachelor, and that's the only kind of woman allowed to bother me. LOL. Well, I'm gonna be real. Like, find you the right woman to bother you, right? Thank you, I appreciate that, though. LOL. I'm not sure, JK. I'm not sure what, hold on. Haha, no idea. No idea on your end. I don't have any idea about you. I need to relight this joint. I'll admit, like, I'm just smoking, drinking, having fun. Right, like, ask me stuff is a real deal. Like, I've given plenty of genuine answers around here. People seem to appreciate that. And yeah, it's a pink joint. It's a small pink joint. I have lavender ones that are in larger paper size. Dropping it in my hand. Also, no, don't swing that way. I'm disgusted with modern women. What? Well, David, like, I can tell you, there's a thing about modern women. I'm gonna be real with you. They're all different things. Okay? So, back in the 80s, there was this guy, right? Who'd be like this super powerful guy. And he'd pay like a lady named a dominatrix, right? And then these ladies, they'd get famous in the world. Let me think of one of the name of these famous dominatrixes that got famous in Kentucky or Tennessee. It's Dolly Parton. Rob, here you go. You ever seen 9 to 5? You know, Dabney Coleman and that entire BDSM shit that they did to him? That's all I'm saying. Look, the 1980s was fucked up. I'll admit that. Okay, people. This is something that people won't admit. The 1980s was fucked up. Okay, Transformers. I'm smoking a joint right now. Chill. Okay, first off, you need to find a woman who's gonna film you. Who's gonna film you talking about a $3,000 knife, right? You have gross domestic product? What? What? Gross GDP? You got GDP? What? Gross domestic product. Hold on. I'm gonna smoke this joint. I'm trying to understand. You know, like you have lupus. You have lupus, so you smoke. I have severe autism slash ADHD, like Asperger's level autism. 9 to 5, yeah. 9, Rob. No, I said PIECE, not your PACE. A little piece of London, a little piece of France. Sorry. To Be or Not to Be is one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. Yeah, that's another Mel Brooks one. Hey, Rob, you seen To Be or Not to Be? All right, so I have a TENS unit that I use for severe pain. It gets me to sleep at night sometimes in the right places. And when I say that, like, so people are like, they're like, you know, top of the ribs, one electrode, the other electrode. I do this and I do this, and then I run the TENS at like 1, and I like and then I run it over the other side. Yeah, yeah. Also, like, it's not that, it's like, that's a very quiet and, like, less or much more painful sounding way than I do it. Also, I stay very paranoid. People said, when you smoke a lot of weed, that makes you actually very paranoid. I was like, no, actually, the weed, that makes me less paranoid. You get it? It's the only way I calm down, because, like, I see danger in every window. Right? And someone's like, well, you might be, like, some sort of, like, paranoid schizophrenic. And I was like, no, I've actually been checked out. Actually, I have something called ADD, and now it's ADHD. Oh no, David, trust me, I know. I actually grew up with a girl who has lupus, and by the way, shout out to her, for real. Like, I got a cousin with breast cancer. Shout out to her. I got a fucking friend with lupus. Shout out to her. I got a dude, a buddy of mine, testicular cancer. Shout out to him. No, like, every fuck cancer. 100% fuck cancer. Like, why, as a shit ton of people who don't fucking like cancer, we haven't figured that out yet. How to just fuck cancer. Right? It's right in its fucking dirty fucking Nazi asshole, cancer-y Nazi asshole. No, Rob, okay. You, like, okay. I go to a doctor. I don't have insurance. I haven't had insurance since I was 26. Remember that. Dude, Rob, no, hold on, David, Rob? I think Rob's, like, personal, like, like psychological therapy that he puts out into the world is what he's doing on his channel, right? It's why I tell Rob, dude, just like play some different music because like you're kind of getting like all like, you know, and you're not like 24 hours ago. I wanna be sedated. By the way, Rob, there's the next friggin' request. Well, I've been like, so when I was a kid, it was like techno, Lords of Acid, Voodoo U. It was like Nine Inch Nails. Friggin' at the same time, it was like Faith No More, Mr. Bungle, uh, uh, Guns N' Roses. There's a lot of shit that I got thrown at when I was a kid. Black Flag, Henry Rollins. Trust me, like there's a world where everyone has a voice and no one makes a difference because it's all good for everyone. And I gotta say, like people are like blah 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 blah. When did Star Trek get so fucking woke? And I was like, dude, you missed the fucking plot, bro. There's a whole episode where there's a guy who's black and white split in half, and there's a guy who's black and white split in half, and they're both pissed off at each other. And this guy's pissed because when he looks into the fucking at this guy, he sees himself because he is black on this side and not on that side because the people he agree with look like him, and he's understood how to see the difference. By the way, that's a tribal thought. That's a very old freaking study. It's from the '60s. You guys need to do like research and just learn that there's a whole freaking culture of existence. In the 60s and 70s, the reason why it was good was because like people actually like read things and had stories. See, like I have severe dyslexia, right? Probably because I was like in my early years in New York, still being fucking poisoned by lead in gasoline. And my mom was like, do you remember this from this? And I was like, no, but I remember the Meineke. That was like up the road, like about a half a mile up the road. And she's like, yeah, it was about a half a mile up the road. I was like, yeah, no, I was a baby. I know. It's just like, no, Rob. Like, no, I've seen the Ramones before. It wasn't the full Ramones. I seen them in 1996. It was a great. Yeah. Give me more punk, Rob. Punk, dude, punk culture. Okay, this is what I like. It's all. Thank you, David. By the way, I appreciate that for like bringing it back to Rage Against the Machine because Rage Against the Machine is literally rooted in the punk, in the folk music and punk ethos, right? Right. It's like folk music as in Tom Morello because Tom Morello only listens to like, you know, these guys who are like quang ding 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 diddly ding wang ding ding diddly ding, right? Like, you know. Yeah, no, I've seen the changes over the years. Like, what year were you born? I said my year, I was like 1980, bro. Like, I seen the Rubik's Cube, I seen the Rubik's Snake. I seen the revival of the Rubik's Cube and the Rubik's Snake. I seen the revival of the Rubik's Cube and the Rubik's Snake. And now I'm waiting for the next one. But there's already a culture built up around it. So, no, David. Okay, here's your fucking homework then, right? Okay, you want to fucking remind me of how good life was, right? Check out Schoolhouse Rock Rocks. Okay, it's an album. It was produced by for the anniversary of Schoolhouse Rock, okay? And well, like here's okay. I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, check out Schoolhouse Rock Rocks, and it's got like Blind Melon doing "3 Is the Magic Number" on it. It's my favorite Blind Melon cover song ever. I love Blind Melon too. It's got like Biz Markie doing like Energy. It's got so many good freaking artists on it. But outside of that is like when I was growing up, like the bands I grew up with believed in the shit that taught them to like believe in themselves, to understand the process. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, like Rob, or not Rob, David. Have you ever actually seen any of the Schoolhouse Rock stuff? You know, I'm just a bill, and I'm sitting here something on Capitol Hill, and I'm pretty sure the president's gonna ignore me at will. Oh shit, I'm not actually irrelevant, I'm a fucking bill. Trust me, I could do like a cartoon version, and I could do a song probably tomorrow, but like, the problem is I don't have the money or time or existence to be like a physical activist for it, but I can tell you what the fuck's happening in my world is fucked up. That I'm living in America that I don't understand. That if this channel ends tomorrow, it's probably because I'm gonna start a fucking resistance. And also that education should be free. Because it was when I was a kid. We used to see it everywhere. The one good thing that Reagan, by the way, Reagan, motherfucking Ronald Reagan couldn't goddamn get fucking, could not fucking get elected as a goddamn dog catcher in a Republican fucking Congress right now. I'm telling you. The most liberal ass shit. I'm telling you, also back, like you listen behind the scenes, that guy was a dirty ass racist, right? Brody Dale, good stuff. Joan Jett, okay. Can you, David? You know, I have like, if you've been subscribed here for I think at least a couple days, you can actually for I think 48 hours, you can actually post stuff in my community post, and I appreciate that, and I tell people to do that. So if you'd like to try to do that. Rob says Schoolhouse Rock was the best back in the day. And David, you always have room to learn. And like, okay, here's the thing. The minute you stop learning and the minute you become like a solid thing, a rock in people's life, right? That's the minute you're dying, right? You decide the moment you die. People have described life as like, you know, like here, you're living, and then at one point you die. And I'm telling you, I've met people who are like 80 years old who have never decided that they're fucking dying. Schoolhouse Rock taught a lot of, yeah, tough and toughly taught a lot of kids. It's like this, okay? It's like if I could make a new version, I'd do it. If I had $1 million today, I'd fucking like help write. I'd get someone in here who write, I don't know, like maybe 1 million hits in the past 10 years. I'm all for learning because I don't know everything. Like David, okay, someone said like, man, you know everything. I was like, no, actually I don't. And if you need to teach me something, I will definitely do it. But I will defend people's fucking existence. Like people need a Superman in their life. And I'm not an Ubermensch, nor am I like a fucking like a bleeding heart shitbag. Like I'm telling you, my heart has been beat up and bruised and like wrapped up on, but it's never been broken. Because you can see the atrocities of everything around you. You can decide like every day of your life. Remember, I was in the '90s, right? They had fucking Operation fucking like Iraqi Storm or whatever. We had fucking trading cards for that. I felt sick about those back then. I bought them and I bought like 3 packs of them, and then at the end of it I was sick. Because I had a conscience back then. When I was like fucking 15 years old. So I'm all for learning because I don't know everything. It seems nay the more I think I know, the more I find out. I don't know Jack. Yeah, no, hey. Actually, no, that's it. Nay, the more I think the more I realize I know Jack. Hey, everyone around me that I've ever met who really gives a fuck, who are like that, right? Like not articulate, not like spelling things right, don't speak things right. By the way, everyone should go check out Summer School, right? The movie I recommended, it's on YouTube today. You can watch it with commercials for free. David, go watch that movie. It's from the 80s. By the way, Knowledge is Power is literally from fucking. It's from the Black Panthers, actually, but it's literally. It was publicized heavily by Schoolhouse Rocks. Because knowledge is power. This is my point. Actually, guys, here's the thing. I think it's a shame that the educational system, the best we have right now, is go on YouTube and look at the public domain shit, right? Schoolhouse Rock, and then also I would tell you if you grew up in the '80s, '90s, 2000s, and you like Blind Melon, you like freaking Bismarcky, girl, you got what I need, but you say he just right, like that guy. He's like energy, right? You know we be thinking about that energy, right? Like he's doing that blues song, right? Dude, I'm telling you, like it's. By the way, and also, dude, if you guys want to make music out of what I do, I'm pretty damn I'm an eighth off of Pitch Perfect when I'm drunk. So, just go ahead and remix anything I do here on stream. I'm telling you, as I grow, I need you guys, those musical people out there, to just go remix this shit. like Rio, it's the magic number. Oh, yeah, it is. It's the magic number. Somewhere in that ancient mystic trinity, you find three. It's the magic number. Right? Like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 25, 24, 27, 30. Right? Like the whole point is like, yeah, I was a singer when I was a kid. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. I was a singer. I was actually in a choir for one semester and a half. I'm going to have a custom hunting knife made. So what I would recommend is you go buy this $21 one from Walmart. You find a piece of wood and you carve up your own handles. Like, what do you want? A picture of a bear holding up, like a cabbage, or I don't know what you're doing. There's screws here, and then you just build the same thing. You buy the right screws for it. Build your own custom knives. $21. Don't order one. Just make one. You know how easy it is to carve wood with this. And do I have yes, this. These are your carving tools, to be honest. Most good whittlers, they only use these. And if they use something else, they're using like the edge of one of these or whatever. That's all I'm saying. Just make your own. Buy a $21 Ozark Trail knife, rip off the handles, make your own custom one. Right? Yeah, it's gonna cost you like your time. And I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna understand that what the time that you put into those handles, those grips or whatever, okay? That's the time the next time you actually want to custom order a knife, you're gonna have a custom. You're gonna make a custom, and then you're gonna appreciate when you buy one. That's all. That's the only criteria that because I have a couple customs. You processed and skinned a buck. This is a VB element here. So you drove through the forest with an Alfa Romeo? A Romeo? No, Dave, listen. Stop. You're not here to prove yourself to me, and I'm not here to prove myself to you. Okay? You say I cut through saw and bone. Well, then make it or have it made. I ain't rich, so I'm gonna make all of my own dream knives from now on. Cheers. I mean, I will admit that, like, not revealing anything heavy, that there's no actual thing here, but like, I got a buddy who knows a buddy who has a comic shop in town, and my buddy got me a gift card, and he bought me all these Transformers except for these two I bought myself. His buddy owns the shop. He bought a card, he gave it to me, and he said, just say their name in your channel. Fight or Flight Comics. Apparently they have a website, they're trying to sell comic books. The whole point is, like, I've been doing that very frequently. I also need to do a little bit more. The thing is, like, is there a paid promotion in this stuff? No, there really isn't, because a gift is a gift. Promotion is a promotion. You pay me to say something, that's a promotion. And Civivi are good knives, and like, what I can say is I left Elementium, and it worked fine. Like, okay, so like a lot of these famous knives, like they're expensive. There's a lot of shit going on. Like, I don't have the money to kind of support the habit. Also, like, that I got like a gift of that many toys is kind of it's not toys, they're models. Holy shit, now I'm doing the old man fucking justification. No, they're toys. I get it. They're toys you build yourself. The point is, like a hobby's a hobby. Knives are a hobby. People who have guns are hobbies. Like, I know all these guys. I know a guy who's more nerdy than me about a lot of. They actually have the actual Transformers. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't judge people. I'm actually happy to know people because I'd like to actually go see an original Optimus Prime from my youth. And I'd like to have access to that anytime until that guy dies. And he's like, yo, apparently you're the curator of his Transformers museum that he left $4 million that he's been saving his entire life to build or whatever. Like, look, trust me, I tell you, like, believing in people gets you a long way in the world. I don't know how to explain that any better, but like, a friend of mine died once, right? And he left me a good chunk of money. I lived off it for like fucking 5 years. And also, like, accumulated another like 10 years worth of money doing that. A friend of mine, when I was a kid, showed up at my house. He was like, hey man, blah, blah, blah. My cat died. I'm pretty upset. I'm also tripping balls. And here's the last Bible of fucking LSD I'm ever going to fucking make. And I was like, what? He's like, and I was like, why is it wrapped in plastic? He's like, don't touch it without gloves on. Because you'll trip hard if you do. And I was like, all right. He's like, I know that you're responsible. And I was very irresponsible. And I held on to it. And then I think for about 2 years, I sold people the best fucking acid that I've ever had in my life. And it didn't kill the cat. The cat was catatonic. I found out. He was in like a cat carrier, and he went to Europe, and now he lives in Germany. By the way, I actually talked to him recently because he watches my streams. By the way. Because if he's here right now, dude, that guy is he's probably still one of the coolest dudes I know. Right? Like, smart. Even after like a 14-year-long LSD trip, that guy is still probably smarter than me. And like he's like, dude, you know, you continually try to dumb yourself down for people. I was like, yeah, because people aren't smart, and they are smart. Because there's two different kinds of smarts, right? There's like book smarts, and there's like street smarts. And there's also like aggressive smarts that no one really needs in their life. So the Civivi, yeah, so it can get expensive. Okay, so like I was looking at the Civivi website, and like it was like 60, 120, 120, 120, 120, 200, 200, 250. And it was like 600, 600, 600, 600. I mean, I love buying knives, but like, I don't have like access to that. And I know that like, eventually, one day, that my ability to be charismatic enough and cool, right? And also like not be a fat goddamn pig while I do it. Just be a grateful dude who just like fucking. Also, I'm pretty damn skinny nowadays. It's kind of weird. Like, I used to like weigh like 300 pounds, and I'm like almost like I'm rolling down to 220 fucking pounds. I think I gained a little weight during the holidays, like Christmas and Thanksgiving. My doctor was like, "Yeah, man, you probably lost a little weight, and or you lost like 300 pounds and you gained like 30." I was like, "Yeah, Christmas." Dang it, man! I gotta drink some water. Yeah, you make a good point. I like learning, especially survival. Well, survival. Okay, so, David, survivalism is a bit of a grift. Survival tools, survival stuff. Okay, if you want a survival kit, okay, you think about what you need for your life. You buy like the small zero bars or like the protein bars. You buy the MREs, and you do about 6 weeks worth of work to get it into a pack out. And then I've got plenty of friends who have done that. And he's like, "Yeah, I got plenty of spare pack outs for people. Like, I'm gonna call you when I think everything's going down, that kind of thing." And nothing's ever really gone down. So, zero. Oh, hold on. Zero Assassin 92 WF says, "I'm a plumber. My favorite tool was footprints made in Sheffield, England. Ever seen them? What? Your favorite? What? Your favorite tool was what? 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 My, I'm a plumber. My favorite. Wait, I guess you're English. English. I'm a plumber. My favorite tool. Footprints in the name of the tool. It's like as much as I follow, I don't follow. Like I don't understand. What are you saying? It's footprints in the name of the tool. David says an auger. I mean, like if people are worried about my particular cadence, like I can tell you a lot of my comedy comes from like my physical structuring of the way I speak. Comes from this guy named John Cleese, and a lot of it is. Well, no, it's not about tools. It's about like a lot of things. It's about movies, music, art, tools. Because all those things are intrinsically linked. Zero. Have you ever seen a tool called footprints? It's like a grip wrench. Well, I've seen a tool called a grip wrench from back in the day. It was a Craftsman grip wrench. It's like an auto-adjusting, pliers. I mean, I love tools. Like if you guys want me to show you tools I own, I could pick up the stream and I could just show you stuff. I am drunk, so it would be like a lot of work to. I mean, like special plumber tool, very famous. You guys rigids, Stilsons, a bit like you guys rigid Stiltons. Stilsons, what? Are you talking about like a bore out tool for like iron pipes and shit? Are you talking about like an old Stilson that like you shove into the pipe and you go like clank, 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 clank? You talking about old ass Stilson? Or are you talking about a big old Stilson fucking clank, clank? So Stilson wrenches were used on like Navy, on like So, oh, you're right. Stilson had. No, Stilson had like a big footprint. Stilson with a Bigfoot. Holy shit, dude. Core memories. I don't think I have anything that's that big or that like sizely, right? Like, so like here's the thing about plumbing tools, okay? Like something I know like traditionally, the tools for plumbing are typically very big because human sizens need to go down human sizing pipes, okay? Right? That that the size of things. So Zero Assassin, are you in Europe or anything, or are you in the U.S.? Because like very rarely do we get these like big pipe tool things. I have a lot of big pipe stuff around here. I know I've got like what is it, a 21-inch monkey wrench, and I know I have an 18-inch monkey wrench, and I think I have a 17-inch monkey. I Scottish. Wait, Zero Assassin, Flying telling me about me J-skit, hey? Chicken it? Yeah, keep me learning. Keep me ready, man. Not to mention here. Actual verm, hey? Yeah. No, monkey wrenches are like the rip-offs here, right? Like, yeah, wait, just get hey. Colombia, hey? He's like, smells very nice. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Now I know what the fuck you're talking about. Yes. David, okay. Monkey wrench. There's an analog for everything. In the American English and the old school English. By the way, if you say English in English, so the old English is not old English, it's old English, right? But like current like British English is not British English. It's like a mix of like. So like Liverpool is kind of like the accent that everyone hears, right? It's like the Beatles accent, right? Like especially Paul, like, oh yeah, Liverpool, nice, blah 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 blah. Maca, everyone loves a maca around here, right? What are you in Alabama? I mean, it's like, it's very cold in this garage. The only reason I'm actually doing anything here is because I like to drink and smoke, and I like a good party. uh, Zero Assassin, Berniston is one of my favorite friggin' shows of all time, okay? And it's also the most, like, informative, like, set of, like, funny Scottish accents I've ever heard. I love that show. Like, if you're in Scotland. Also, Amy Pond and friggin' Simon Pegg, his wife is Scottish. So when he did like Scotty in the movie, it was like a good Scottish accent. Although, like from what I understand, like old school Scotty did like an Aberdeen kind of like hey, that's right, very Aberdeen, the Aberdeen, very pushing it, very like friendly, hello and welcome to the Aberdeen port, like that kind of thing, Also, like, there's a guy out there. His name's Rich. He's the UK acolyte. I don't know. Like, he says my stuff ain't bad. Right? Like, when I say Aberdeen, I'm literally saying like Scrooge McDuck, right? No, am I offensive? Do I have an offensive voice? Ah, I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit. All right, so let me be honest, real quick. Although I'm always honest. I have one drink. We're about to kill the stream because when I say we, I think everyone has their own frozen existence to deal with right now. Life is always what you make of it. It's very cold out here. Like I said, I have a heater running heat up my back just to do the stream. I haven't talked about like any of the stuff that I've talked about ever, just like here to hang and talk. Rob, honestly, you're the reason I'm here, because like you're the one who asks the most if I'm gonna do a stream. But I'm gonna tell you, there won't be a stream tomorrow. Like I'm gonna make chili tomorrow, so there might be a couple cooking videos. Because I'm trying a bit of a new recipe. Chili con carne. You grew up in Illinois. Yeah, well, I grew up in New York. Off the edge of the islands, like, so. Your speed? So, you know, ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga chaka. Dude, I literally saw a great clip, like, from was Charlie Sheen, two men, and yeah, whatever. Anyway, and they're like, sacrifice. He's like, I can't stop this feeling, and I just like started laughing hard. No, you're not, dude. You're an American. Vikings have died long ago. David, you think you're a Viking? Then I challenge you to go find a church in England and go get a band of like-minded folks to go ride a wooden boat over to England. And, like, okay, like, David, I get it, okay? If your name's David, okay? It's too good. You got Charlie Sheen. You ever seen The Wraith? That one's coming up at some point. I mistook and misstepped on that one when it was free on YouTube, but it'll come back around. The Wraith is a great one. Why he's a good actor? Because someone was out there taking care of him. You're American, 100%. That's a fact. My family predates the American Revolution. And my family is 100% patriots in both sides of the winning parts of all of the wars for America. So I don't have very much to try to prove to people. And my mom's side came over on the Mayflower, and my dad's side owned most of Manhattan in the 1600s. I have a very unique way at looking at things. The American way is not about how much you care and how much you want. It's about how much all of us want and how much all of us care. The difference, and the reason why the world's afraid of us now, is because it's one dude's ideas. And the whole point of America is it's never going to be one dude's ideas. It's going to be one dude saying it's okay or it's not okay, and we believe in him. And the dude we have right now, I don't know if I've ever wanted to believe in him. I don't know if I could believe in him. So that's what makes America different. All the people are different races, different people, different, like, I work for an elderly man with a breast cancer survivor, and she is from like Honduras. And if I can tell you anything about the 1980s in Honduras, New York City in the 70s, the fact that they made it down here is kind of a blessing. And also, like, I'm worried tonight that I don't have the ability to drive out to them to tell them, like, to fix something, because Home Depot didn't like show up today. No, that's called the melting pot philosophy. That's a philosophy from old. Also, like I've met people like, no, my English is not so good. I was like, actually, your English is pretty good. Like, cause like, you know, like I speak proper English in many ways, and then like I frequently roll into other dialects, right? Like I will frequently roll into another dialect. Like it's not my fault. Like if someone like, hey man, blah 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 blah, yeah, and I'm like, yeah man, blah blah blah, yeah, I get it, blah blah blah. You know, like I just kind of match energy. People driving up down the road, ice is. Rob, you're not driving up and down the road on ice. You're shaking your head. By the way, are you laughing while doing it? Because that's the whole point of seeing people who are too stupid to know anything about anything, and that's the problem with the world is that no one is educated, right? Like Rob, if you have a child tomorrow, right? Like hypothetically, and he's like old enough to drive, would you take him to a parking lot to like drive like donuts in the snow? Would you tell them to never drive in the snow, or C, tell them do what the fuck you want? I don't give a fuck. Go ahead and figure it out. That's a good question, Rob. By the way, I'm pretty sure you'd have a knife for each of those three different scenarios that you'd hand them to him. What did David said? I made a pair of snowshoes in case I needed them. Here, people don't know Jack about. Yeah. Well, like, same here. Don't take any chances. Stay home. So, Rob, if I had a kid, I know how to drive in the snow. By the way, my kid wants to drive. If I could take him out right now and make him drive around in a car. By the way, I'd have me and a friend of mine drive out a rear wheel and a front wheel drive. I got a friend, his name's Randall. He'd come out and he'd hang out. He's going to scout game. But one time, I was in the ice storm. It was like 2002, 2008. There was a lot of stuff. So they catch like a spot, and ended up in a field, and then I just like a boat in the mire. I got out of it. I got home. It took me 4 hours, maybe 5 or 6 that day. This is the whole point. I don't want to get trapped. I don't want to drive in a car when it's icy and messed up outside. So, during and after the storm. Critters? What are you talking about, critters? What? No, hold on. I know how to drive on the ice. I've never actually driven on the snow. I know how to drive on the ice, Rob. Because driving in this, it's driving on ice. They can salt and brine every day, but it's gonna run ice. I know how to drive on ice. It's like driving on a lake. But look, I've been here long enough. David, I need to do something that I've been doing lately. Hold on, real quick. Let's pull this down. Let's roll this back. All right, here's my toolboxes. I got cleaning. I got diagnostics. I got friggin' jigsaw. I got hammer drill. Demolition sawzall. I got a giant. I got another giant one up there. There's like 2 of these. One of these. There's a shitty router. A bunch of stuff. I know there's a saw in there, and then some art. It's hard to see the art. That's kind of anyway. It's all obscured, but I need to say top fans tonight. The top fans tonight are Rob 8363. You're already a top fan. I probably should have discounted you from it, but it's what the screen says, right? True that, Rob. Drive in snow. No, so So slow and easy. No, it's defensively and brake pumping. Okay, so gas pumping and brake pumping. Bang, 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 bang. When you need to slow down, it's bang, 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 on the brake. Number 2 in chat, David. Hold on. I'm gonna read this. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. David Judas, David Judas, David Judas. David Guides. Inform me how to say that, please. You're number 2 in the chat tonight. Number 3 is Think in Time. And he is also, David Cheech. Yo, David Cheech. David Cheech. Anyway, number 4 is Zero Assassin 92WF. Judici. David Judici was number 2. Think in Time was number 3. And Zero Assassin 92WF is number 4. JT, Florida for the Lord, at Florida for the Lord. He's got a nice video in his repertoire where he fells a tree perfectly. Just saying, like, planning and beauty. Mr. Mouse, OL9PW, dash, OL9PW. It was adopted. Judici. David Judici. So my name is, my last name, I'm not going to say it anymore. Like, it's French, but it's also Dutch, so. And if you was adopted, that means you was chosen by someone who gave a fuck. And if you're good and you feel like you're good, then I'm telling you, they did the right job. I've met many a foster kid who was definitely fucked over by the system. I worry about them kids. That some people just skate in the system and shit. It's like the underworded crime of the world, right? Like I meet so many friggin' fucked up friggin' foster kids. But the Googs, cheers to the Googs. Number 7. He likes to drink 5 times. I'm drinking 1, Googs. I'm sorry that I can't do this. Neil. Drinking this much, drinking 7 of these is not. No, it's not good. Okay. All right, but. Oh, hold on. No, Dave. The thing is, like, you like the garage set. It's not a set. It's actually my garage. Like, it's where all my tools are. Like, this is like real. This is like. So this is a toolbox that my dad has had for like 30 years. Here, like, and I'm a real person. Here, check it out. You tried to get this generator working, but here's DeWalt boxes. Here's Pittsburgh level. I think the last few things are literally living in the stream. So here's some of my art. Here. My hand. And that's a theme in my work. Actually, if you put these two together, it kind of like match up. Here's one I got to get to this guy. This is my hexagon work. I make these out of glue. And this also glows in the dark. Yeah? Art. Here's hexagon art. And then here's something I'm working on. Still working on it. I'm still saying, like, see the pencil marks on it, but you see what I'm doing here? And then, like, that's a brad nailer, that's a caulk gun, that's cut and pry. It's like a demolition sawzall, jigsaw, hammer drill, T-stack. That's wrenches and screwdrivers. And then this toolbox right here has every legacy tool my dad has ever bought or owned, or we got him for Christmas. Like here's a Pittsburgh gear wrench, and then here is an original gear wrench of the same size from Sears when we bought it. And now Gear Wrench is kind of its own company. It's like good point. I have well that's a lightsaber I built. Sorry, I digress. I have like the Craftsman 12-volt lithium ion hammer drill. No, it's just a hammer, it's not a hammer. And I made I started my channel about tools because I'm surrounded by them. It's a Nextech Hammerhead. Nextech was bought out by Hammerhead. Hammerhead was bought out by Skill. So if you're looking for an automatic hammer, you can find one from Skill. Also, one of my favorite screwdrivers for electricians is the Skill electric screwdriver with sensing technology. And I also have severe back pain. So like drinking and smoking is all I really have. Also, they won't prescribe me any kind of actual pain medication, even though I know how to take care of myself. Oh no, David. So I would implore you to subscribe and go look at every short that I've ever made, right? Because it came out of necessity of understanding that, like, I needed an audience to get my dad's videos made. I needed him to believe in me enough, and I needed him to understand that, like, the only way I could do that is by talking about the things that he believed in his entire life. So, a small itty-bitty synopsis, right? When he was a kid, he grew up in a trailer with, like his mom, his brother, and his other brother for a little bit. And when his other brother moved out, his cousin and his two other cousins, or his aunt and his two cousins three cousins moved in. Double wide trailer. My dad was the smartest of everyone. My mom, when he met him, kept him alive every day. And when I tell you, I literally live on a survival level of existence, it's not a fun idea, but it's not a set, David. It is what it is. My dad taught me growing up that who's going to fix things when there's no one to come and fix things for you? It's a good question. And no one thinks about it till it happens to them. And this is why I'm very proud that I've had plenty of people. Like when I started my business, okay, I worked for a lot of lonely housewives, okay? Lonely housewives. And they said to me, how hard is it to do this stuff? Like fixing a light or something or whatever. I was like, well, unscrewing a light bulb and screwing it back in is really easy, right? But changing a light fixture is actually just as easy because it's all color coded, right? Because it's mandated by law. You see, because some regulations are actually useful, right? It's why I use UL listed Wago clips or the Pittsburgh knockoffs that are UL listed. This is the whole point of everything, okay? Like, empowering people to live their lives is not a fucking wrong thing to give people. And I give that to people every day. Like David, occasionally I hear something that's like, this gave me all the information that you know to buy this thing. Hey, I got this thing and I'm glad because you're the reason why. Because when I see something really good and people get the excitement behind it, it works. But I'm telling you right now, there's not enough money in the world to make all the videos I want to do, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna fucking figure it out. I'm gonna get down every single day of my life. Gotta get up and get down. You know what life is about? It's about you. Your life is about you. Okay? It's not about how much you fucking hate the world. It's about how much you can rise to the occasion when the world needs you the most. Because the world needs love right now, and all we seem to be getting is fucking hate. And if you want to say I'm cool, right? If you want to say I'm cool, I'm going to tell you right now, David, I'm cool as a cucumber. And when you say roll one, hold on. Hold up. Motherfucker, I don't roll them anymore. I pack them. Dude, I buy cones. Damn it, cones. You buy the cones, and you just pack them full of what you want to smoke, and then, like, you hold on to them in a viable container. Cones. Right? No, and I'm, like, not on that tip right now. We sell pre-rolls at the store I work at. Oh, yeah, I work at a store where we sell weed. I can say honestly, say, I don't hate the world, but I'm not blind either. I can say, Mr. Day, that I see the world. And I've never been blind, and I hate it. Because I grew up in the 90s, the 2000s. I was here for the Bush administration. I was here for the joke of the Obama like shit, right? Like, as much as I liked Obama, I like the reason why. Oh no, Blazy Susan! I have a Blazy Susan hat upstairs. Like a hat, like we sell them at the store. I do. Usually I get the half size in lavender. But we've only been carrying them in pink because that's the more popular color, and I don't give a shit. Right? And also, if I can't buy those, I'll buy, like, the raw, like, 1/4s or 1/2s. Or I'll just buy pre-rolls at the store because I get a discount on those. Right? But, like, I have, like, some free weed, like a local grower who's trying to get up, trying to figure his shit out. I'm just saying, like, by the way, I'm telling you right now, the quiet revolution for America has been the weed people, right? Like, I work at a weed store, a distribution point for weed, right? And like 3.1 million or 3.1 trillion dollars in fucking sales tax for 40 something states or whatever, right? Like, I'm telling you, we have a voice in this economy. The economy is what makes politics run. Like, if you don't realize that yet, I'm telling you right now, I'm not crazy. I could have, like, bought into everything early days. I got a buddy who is, like, literally fucking living life hard because it was like hemp industries or whatever. He bought it penny stocks. right? They were losing money for years. We just held on to it. No, it doesn't. Gravity makes the world turn. This is the thing about Rob. This is the thing about money you don't get, right? It's like money can furnish your ideas, but your ideas can only work if they're popular. That like as much as I love Coca-Cola, I'm telling you right now, it doesn't taste like it did when I was young. Oh, it's because you got old. No, it's because it doesn't taste like it did when I was young. Because I remember everything. I remember conversations I had in 1996 with people who you can listen to me and him rap on the channel. Well, David, the thing that I'm really hesitating to say is like maybe I should be like a politician, and I really don't want to be. And I've tried everything, maybe like, and I'm not a loser. I've actually won a lot of things. Like I've sold music after I had a music career. I've like tried to build a YouTube channel, and now I'm having a much more successful go at it because it was for me. Because life is very selfish, right? I'm telling you right now, Oak City Gamers was a much better go after it, and COVID destroyed it. And I'm going to tell you right now, Jon Stewart said it best. If there was a gigantic outbreak of chocolatey goodness in Pennsylvania, and they said it was a chocolate market, really close to fucking Hershey's fucking factory, right? No, and here's the thing. I just have to tell you guys, like, yes, you're right. I can't change it because I don't have a voice in politics. This is the point I'm trying to make, like, in politics. It's like, I'm not the guy, if I was shot in the head today, I wouldn't be the guy who shoots the guy in the head. I'd be the guy who was asking if someone is okay, right? You get what I'm saying? Like, what's this dude's fucking name? Fucking Renee Good and fucking Rob fucking VA nurse guy. Dude, all this shit's fucked up. It's stupid. It's just stupidity. And stupidity running the world. Just remember a time when, like, the most careful negotiators in the world fucking ran it. The most fucking amazing fucking scientists were the people that people believed. So, Rob. No, David, the whole point is like I know I could easily because I'm charismatic, but I'm telling you right now, David, you have a better chance than I do. Are you under the age of 40? Are you over the age of 29? You have a better chance than I do. I'm gonna tell you right now, I couldn't do that either. Well, David, that's my point. Is like, I'm telling you right now, you can't look any further, but you look at yourself. You become the change you want in your world. Okay? I can't change the world because I've recognized that, like, I am essentially a broken back dude who's telling people that they can change the world, and those who can't teach. They also kind of shine very happily in like many ways before they realize that, like, wanting to make movies in an industry that doesn't want indie movies, or wanting to make music in an industry that doesn't want indie music, well, that's a fool's errand. But I'm telling you right now, I'm due for a comeback in one of those 3 categories: content creation, filmmaking, or music. And I think I'm probably going to pop off in all 3 of them at some point, because I need to take time off from my channel because I don't doubt myself. Hold on, wait. I don't doubt myself. I only believe in myself, right? And I remember saying "Stop Bush" when Bush was in the middle of war, and I gotta tell you, if there was one dude that I really wanted to run and would win, right? It's fucking Jon Stewart, the first Jew ever to win the presidency of America, because, like, we're talking about milestones here. I'll tell you, I've known plenty of dope Jews in my life. I've known plenty of fucking shitty Jews. You know, Jews aren't a monolith. Also, they are if they're fucking like that Netanyahu asshole. Like, that guy should have been out of power years ago. Moderate people should have taken over that area a long time ago. Politics, like that's some shit's been happening since like the early 40s or the late 40s, right? Like they were promised this or that. By the way, who were they promised that by? By German Jews, right? Who bought up like a plot of land in Palestine. And then they worked with the Nazis to deport Jews to that fucking place. And when I say Jews, I mean rich Jews. And then afterwards, they took every fucking little bit of wealth from every poor Jew afterwards. Also, the reason why, I don't know if you ever read that book, that Helen Keller book, but the reason why they all had to hide was because they started going door to door to find the Jews. I learned photography from a guy who's devoutly Jewish. He's still very poor, and his son, a doctor in LA. He lives in California in the lap of luxury for the last years of his life because he did everything right. Karma's real. Well, no, David, okay. A lot of that McCarthyism shit was unconstitutional. Go look back into the past. Go look back at like 9/11, because the Homeland Security shit was unconstitutional too. I lived through a lot of this shit. I also grew up knowing a lot of the politics of the, what's called the post-World War II and the current of World War II era. And the reason why World War II was won by the Allies was because we got all of the best people out of those countries before they got essentially eviscerated by those countries. Go look at history, dude. I grew up, my dad is a history buff. Pops is like, by the way, he's read The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. So have I. It's a shit book. It's a terrible book. It presupposes a bunch of things. It gives you fucking wrong ideas about things. It's a very much so fucking dirty and disgusting book. But there's a lot of other material out there. Telling you. There's so much material out there. And then there's a lot of like dope media. I think the last book I read about Nazi shit was this guy named Owen something. Was Hitler an Atheist? It's available on Amazon. It's a really good book. It was like well thought out, was well researched, all that stuff. Owen something or other. And like it's like I think the guy's like everyone's favorite Democrat in the 60s was Kennedy. And I'm going to be real. Kennedy was a double-edged sword. Why did Kennedy get elected? Because Nixon looked like shit on TV. That's a historically, it's not a fact, but it's kind of like historically freaking JFK Jr. Dude, no one's ever mentioned that dude in my life. I've never met him. Also, like JFK, the whole family, okay, has a history. Do you know that the Kennedys are basically like bootleggers during the Prohibition era? That the only reason that they maintained a fortune was because they were like tied to illegal underground movements of things, but they were squeaky clean every day because they had like books and stuff, and Yeah, and then some other people. Al Capone. Al Capone. Sorry, I was sneezing a lot there. Al Capone got fucking caught up in that business, and he was the one who went down for tax evasion. Well, I don't like anything, dude. I don't like anything that's going on in politics in the last 40 years, right? Like, well, you talking about unity in any party? Like, there's no unity in. Okay, so the Tea Party meant there was no unity in the Republican Party when I was growing up in the 2000s, right? And like, I'm telling you, like, okay, like we're talking about like the left and the right, and there are two sides of a coin, right? And we've never walked the edge of the coin. So, well, my parents are Democrats. I wouldn't. I'm registered as one, but that's because I'm in a Republican-led state. I have to choose. I used to be independent, and back when I was independent, before I had to choose, I could vote in the primary of my choice. I could do a Republican primary, and I almost always voted in a Republican primary. Like, no, you're not a Republican. Honestly, okay, here's the deal. If you say, well, like the government isn't a business, it should be like we're not talking about how the business of the government should profit off of people, right? No. I think what you're saying is like if you say like, hey, a government shouldn't be a business. It should work for the people, and it should subsidize the people of which they deal with, right? And that's the whole point of subsidies. That's the whole point of like the language that government uses. Okay, if you think that people should just be left on their own and no government should ever be involved in their life, and go fuck yourself if you're poor, and if you're homeless, definitely go fuck yourself. Maybe we should round you all up, right? And then put you into a camp and then release you into the woods and we can all hunt you. That sounds very much so like the Republican platform right now. And then the Democrat platform is like, we'll find you the guys to fucking round up, right? It sounds like that, right? So I'm saying if you want anything good for the people, if you want to believe in anything in government anymore, you're talking about a progressive platform. And Rob, you're at best. No, Rob, stop it. No, at best you're a gray Jedi in the current era. Okay, in the current republic or non-republic or loose Star Wars Galactic Empire shit. The New Republic. Dude. You're a gray Jedi at best. Rob, don't even, dude. Like, don't even. Rob, do you think I do? Rob, do you think I've ever skirted that idea? Do you think old school Republicans aren't some of my best friends? And do you know how many of those dudes were like, blah 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 yakety yak? I don't fucking care about you, you piece of shit. What's up, Heinz? How you doing? Did you say I'm here? I'm here. Fuck that. I'm a Jedi with a purple saber. What? Okay, Heinz, I've seen a picture of you. You are not fucking Mace Windu. Also, Rob, here's something interesting about that fact. Mace Windu, a lot of the people that you know in Hollywood, a lot of these people, they're old school Republicans. Right? Like we know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger's old school Republican. We're like, keep things the same, make it like move slow, right? Democrats have always been the same fucking ticket. You guys don't get it, okay? And if you want to get it, is like, I was happy to be independent. My son had to register to vote recently, and he was like, I'm independent, blah blah blah, because he doesn't want to get involved with this dual partyism, right? And I'm never gonna shit on people for having a particular way of thinking. I'm gonna shit on people for not being intelligent about that way that they think. because like I have plenty of fucking amazing conservative beliefs. Okay, like education. Like when I was growing up, you know, the conservatives, you know what they did? They supported PBS, right? They ensured that fucking Muppets and fucking Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers, someone who actually cared about people's lives, was on TV. Did they secretly probably support the file system that were all trying to get like how many millions of files that go back to the 1980s? This is my point, okay? Rob, politics is so dumb because I can never explain my politics by saying one word or another. But like I am very close to like progressive. And when I say progressive, I mean like go like check out the comedy of Steve Hofstetter. He's like, you know, hey, you know, guns are dangerous, you know, like cars, you know? And we're not just gonna let you drive a car around without a license. That's a good fucking point, isn't it? That if you're gonna kill someone, you have a legal and registered fucking firearm. Now that's a hard thing for a lot of people to wrap their head around, but I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a shit ton of unregistered shotguns in my city. The problem is trash on both sides. No. Here's the thing. It's people on both sides who are grifting for the corporations, and that the only cure for corporations are people who reject corporatism in their life. And David, that means that you or Rob should like fucking go and register for your party and then go fucking become a politician. Like, you guys want the fucking best from me? I'm telling you right now, Rob, this is how you protect it. You become someone who fucking says the message you want. And I'm going to tell you right now, like, I'm registered Democrat. I am not a Democrat at all because I don't believe in what the Democrats say. Because here's my assessment of the parties. The Republicans are willing to fucking, like, shove us down the toilet every day until they find a fucking... a golden fucking calf to fucking roll us all like out on, right? Or the Democrats, also looking for the same guy, a golden fucking calf, right? And a lot of people chalk up some of the Obama shit, like thanks Obama shit, to racism, but I'm telling you right now, some of that was actual instinct. That guy was a prompt. That guy had a fucking song. Like, by a lady who had a bad singing voice and couldn't fucking play the guitar. Right? I'm not wrong. You know how often I hear that, David? You know how much I really just wish I never heard that fucking shit again? That I'm not wrong? And I don't approve of dangerous rhetoric. Like, I'm literally saying to you guys here, right? Like, this whole political shit, I don't want to do. I don't want to be a political pundit in anyone's war against anybody in the world. But I'm telling you, murdering someone in the streets and me having to watch 5 different angles of it, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, that's fucked up. No, sir, I don't care what's... hold on, let me say this in a continental accent. My name's Rob. Sir, I don't care what side you're on. At the end, they just want to disarm us and control us and kick us to the side. It's not an old thought. It's a very relevant and current thought. And when people have said to me, like, well, I have 6 shots. What are you going to do after that? I have 24 arrows. Remember this. No, it's gone to shit. No, the Democrat Party is zero leadership, and the leader that we have is like, you know, glasses at the end of his nose. I'm an old guy, I'm Jewish, blah, blah, blah. I definitely am not a Jewish Zionist fucking plot maker. Like, yeah, no, I'm telling you right now, dude, like, politics is not a fucking okay. Here's the thing I need to tell people: politics should never be a show. It should never be like a well, yeah, you want to call me a fascist? Call me a fascist, and then he does fascist shit. Just remember, right? Like we let that happen, right? I'm here. I can't fix the world, okay? But I can tell you, I can fix a car, I can fix a house, I can replace a fucking beam in your attic, I can fix things. And by the way, if I can do all of those things, right? I have a secure place in this economy. I have what's called what's it called? Required skills or whatever. Dude, growing up, I got talked shit on when I started to be a plumber. I got talked shit on by every plumber in my life. Some Trump shit, okay? And when I threw a Trump card on all those assholes, I fucking owned every one of them. And then one day, they literally took like a big huge chunk of like plumber's putty, and they sent up an apprentice and they shoved it down my butt crack and they said, "Eat that dick, bitch!" And I literally walked up and I beat the shit out of fucking 4 of those assholes because they were all fat pieces of shit. I was fucking tired of it because that's called fucking sexual harassment. I don't care. It's not hazing. It's not fucking being a brother. It's fucking sexual harassment because the brother is like, he's the guy who fucking walks up to you afterward and he's like, "Dude, bro, like I punched him after you did, man. I love you, bro." Which is like a guy I still know. His name's Mark. He's an amazing dude. And he works fucking food delivery. Because I worked through him through every fucking phase of my life, weirdly enough. Well, no, okay, David, I'm gonna tell you right now. You hit a nerve, okay? If this is the night where I'm gonna fucking just go all out, okay? You hit a nerve, okay? People have treated me like I can't hear them all the time, and I say stuff, and they treat me like they can't hear me my entire life, like I don't have a voice in their existence, right? I've been a carpenter my entire life. I've built things up, I've supported things while replacing things, I've fixed problems. And I've also charged less than everyone else. And I think the reason why I did that is because I felt bad about it, because I wasn't doing my own job, which is what I'm doing here right now. So, cheers, by the way. Rob, you're the least of my respect problems, okay? Literally, I literally give it 2 shits worth of fuck about what your politics are. I do like what you're carrying in your pocket, and I really hope that you continue to pick your pockets every day and show us what you're stealing off your own pockets. Cheers! Also, one day, someone's gonna snatch you up, and it'll be the most lucky ass motherfucking lady or I guess lizard or snake or dog or whatever the fuck you're gonna companion with. The whole point is like my life here in the garage. It doesn't matter. It's like it's about the channel. It's about like giving people the idea that maybe sparks the rest of their life. Hey, check out this thing. It's a really cool thing. 15-second review. Rob, 8386. He does a bunch of knife things. He's all like. With music. Also, another request, Miss American Pie would be a good one. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Click. And maybe do like an 8 video or not, or a 12 video, a 12 second. As much as I need you to understand, 9 is good, but like if you give me a little bit more here and there, I'll stay around for it, Rob. Right? Every second is another tick on the way, digging you to where you want to be. And so here's the thing about my channel. I told someone, I was like, well, if I could just put up, you have a nice bearded axe that you can on your, I carry a hatchet in my toolkit. I also carry at least 3 knives to 8 knives on me personally at almost any time. In the summer, 3 is probably like my least. Making wood in the woods, making shelters. Okay. I know how to do that too. So you just need like a keen sense to understand where the wind's coming from frequently, and then you just need to build a lean-to on one side, and then you can actually, if you want to do a lean-to, you can actually build like a cap in on the back side of the lean-to. Dude, my dad, was in the army, so he taught he taught me a bunch of shit. Also, he grew up in the 1960s, 50s, 60s. Yeah, dude, he's anyway. A bearded axe. I have a lot of axes around here. I'm just saying, I've got a splitter axe. I've got an anvil axe. I got a drop axe. I've got the thing is, I've had them for 30 years. They're all broken. So, but look, hey, David, I need to go. Look, top fans again. Let's check this. Make sure that nothing's changed. Rob, David, 2, Thing in Time 3, Zero Assassin, 4th Lord. Hines has just moved up over Mr. Mouse. I do need to go to bed because I also need to take a shower for about a half an hour. And power's on. Everything's amazing around here. Just know that it's frozen outside. And my favorite tool is the oscillating multi-tool, David. By any company that makes an oscillating multi-tool. My first one was a Harbor Freight one, Chicago Electric. Freely admit that, not a problem. Also, hey, David, you're new here, right? I'm not afraid to show the face. And people say, why can't I see your face? Look like a pug dog. Anyway. I gotta go. It's 1 in the morning almost. Funny face. Alright. Believe that this world is made for anyone to slot their life in. If you make the world what you want, then you will have the world be your oyster. But if you let the world make of it what you want, or what it wants of you, right? The world is what you make of it. But if you let the world make of itself what it wants from you, then you are doomed to never find your way. Carve your own path. Believe in yourself. Believe in the world. I'll be back tomorrow. Those are all I need to build fire, shelter, gun, bow. I have a gun with 6 shots, maybe 12, and a bow with 20 shots, 30. I'll die living free. All right, I'm gonna go. Uncomfortable conversations withstanding. Definitely not. Believe in yourself. Because if you let the world make of it what you want, then you will never let the world become what you want to make of it for yourself. Because honestly, we all have to make our place, right? All right, Henry David Thoreau. Damn it. He's not going to lie. He goes to the woods to get away from the world. He's Henry David fucking Thoreau. Are you on Walden Pond, bro? Are you Walden Pond, bro? You know, there's books about how you feel, right? You know, I've been in the woods. You know, like I could just like walk out back of my house, just like walk the narrow path of woods, just like I get it. Okay, cool. No, well, I'm actually okay, cool already. That's the whole point. It's like I've grown up in literally the Shire. Like if I could tell you, like I know at least 3 hobbits living around the way from me. So, like honestly, this would be a great place for an American hobbiton. So, like, perhaps if I make enough money, right? I've been out in the woods all my life, dude. Like, hey, like here's the thing. You know what I do? Uh, I learned early on when you get home, you get naked and you check all of your body for ticks. Eh, ticks or fleas or something, right? Especially if you're near a mammal. But look, forgot to say her name. Judas, Judice. Look, I gotta go. I'd love to spend my entire life here on stream, but I sadly can only do 2 to 3 videos per day, and or a live stream when I have the chance. And I gotta start producing art, which means that live stream's not gonna be so common anymore. And to be real, waiting is always good because all you damn animals out there, manimals, right? All you damn manimals, that's man who are animals, out there have a need for something that I'm bringing to the table, and I'm happy to do it. I'm just telling you, like, if you get a day where nothing pops off my channel, share something old. Maybe scroll back, find something that no one watched, and just share it. Okay? So here, David, be amazing. Do the best you can. God love you.